That'd be a good business idea. A geek flavored retirement home for all us old heads, all us Gen Xers about to be old.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, that's great. Hey, we can all run around in onesies with like
superheroes
with the symbols on.
Might not remember anything else, but we'll remember our Superman onesie.
Man, welcome back, or welcome for the first time, like I always like to say. And first of all, I want to thank and congratulate Tasha for her solo episode. Hopefully, all the regular listeners have tuned in to Tasha's special bonus episode about anime and specifically about Dragon Ball Superhero. Congratulations!
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And it was good fun.
It was fun to record.
Yeah, I dug it. Apparently, a lot of people dug it, so I can get down with that. So as you know, have noticed that Tasha's on the panel. We got QP the Source also. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on? Happy birthday to my son Q. I'm not gonna get his whole name, man. Yeah, little old man boy. I'm proud of him.
He's an August baby. That's good.
Yeah. It's away from the other girls. Their birthdays are right after each other. Which is a busy December. It's birthday break, then Christmas.
Golly. Well, happy birthday to him, man. That's
little
great.
QP.
That's it.
And
little angry old man himself.
Yeah, he is. Tasha, I did listen to the whole episode, and like I didn't know what you were talking about, but you were very good. I'm like, I don't know none of these shows, and like I was like, oh, like okay. I did tell anime fans you did see some of the messages I sent out, and it was good.
Thank you.
Love it. Love it. Meghan, welcome back from the beach.
Thank you. As you can tell,
Didn't get eaten by a shark.
I was not eaten by a shark and have 0 tan because I covered up.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad.
We get the beach. All I've got are freckles to show for it.
Hey, that's that Irish blood in you. That's all that is.
What's up?
Mike Jones, the mutant master. That's what you do, and talk shit because J Pat's here. Both of y'all on the panel tonight. Hopefully, we can get some jazzy conversation. J Pat, welcome back, my man.
Jay just had his birthday.
Chill.
Yeah, you missed my birthday.
No, we ain't missing.
On this. Who was older? Who's older than me and you? How old are you?
I'm 46 now.
So you and Lou the same age. You 46, right? So
yeah.
Shit, I'm older.
Yeah,
shit.
46.
And I'm 47. Yeah, but you got more gray hair.
You be on your porch.
You got more gray.
Sipping iced tea.
Your birthday's in February too,
February
right?
13th, day before Quincy.
Yeah, you're older than my husband too.
And y'all got more gray hair than I do. So it'd be.
I ain't got no hair. I don't know what the hell you talking.
Now the time complaints make sense now, Mike. I get it now.
Because he's the crotchety old man. Get off my lawn.
Because I fall asleep on your ass.
Yeah.
You got it.
Fall asleep during the podcast.
What?
I don't have any balls or footballs bouncing his yard. Like he's taking them in.
He's popping them
with an ice
I
pick.
ain't gonna see it. I'm gonna be asleep.
My ball now.
I'm gonna be taking a nap. Okay. You got time to come get it.
You got them kids running up to your side. We're like, that's Mr. Jones' house. We ain't going in that yard.
Even your voice, man, paints a picture of like a rocking chair and lemonade.
Shit, I wish I had one. I wish that me and my wife legit looked at rocking chairs. We have looked at rocking chairs to go on the back porch on the deck.
Listen. As soon as you said rocking chair, man, I was on the porch with you, man. It's all right.
Hey, it is what it is.
You'll find us all at the same retirement home, and Tosh is still gonna be 27. So.
That might be a good business idea. A geek flavored retirement home for all us old heads, all us Gen Xers about to be old.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, that's great. Hey, we can all run around in onesies with like
superheroes
with the symbols on.
Might not remember anything else, but we'll remember our Superman onesie.
We will remember issues. We remember runs. We remember arcs. We remember all that.
What's my wife's name?
Yeah. Tall one is mine.
Speaking of getting old,
tall one's mine.
My son told me, he's like, Dad, when I turn 10, I'm gonna play Destiny with you. I'm like, I'll probably still be playing. Like,
how old is he?
That's one of his. Okay. He's 5.
Maybe I'll start playing Destiny again because you be on Destiny.
I swear you do. I ain't never played it. He got me wanting to try. I ain't never played it.
It's the only thing I play, man. Only thing I play.
My husband's playing right now.
He got me wanting to try it.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. I was looking for him this week, and I forgot you were on vacation.
Quincy, go log off. I had internet issues. I can't.
Is it on PS4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't do it. I know I ain't doing it right now.
You don't have the time.
I ain't definitely doing it now.
You don't have the time.
I ain't need no homework tonight.
Quincy got that special time. He kick everybody out.
It's easier to just step in and play now. It's not as grindy as it was. More friendly. Yeah, I swear to God, I love that game. Be flying around in space shooting shit, man. Like, dressing up my Guardian and vehicles and all that other stuff and playing with other people.
You only see the vehicle when you're transporting from planet to planet, though, right?
Yeah, but honestly, your Destiny experience will truly be different if you're playing with people. And playing with people makes the game fun because everybody that you see, in the tower and open spaces, they're people. And I made friends through Destiny and got into beefs in Destiny, and it's
Destiny beef.
Well, not necessarily beefs, but I gotta be some people's parents sometimes. Stop fucking being a jerk.
That's what we do.
So it's a good game. If you play with people, it's even better.
All right. I tried. I dipped my toes. I actually own both games, and I played them for a little while. But then I realized how much attention it took, and I realized that I don't have that much attention to give. So it sits on my hard drive next to Street Fighter 4. And
is it a first person shooter?
I need one more achievement to platinum it on PlayStation.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
More.
I can't raid like I used to. I probably can now when the kids were medium size, little medium size, when I had to change diapers.
Medium.
Yeah, but I did a raid a couple weeks ago. There's nothing like beating a raid in Destiny.
The raids were fun.
Just not.
They're pretty technical.
Yeah, it's nothing like it. There was a new one dropped today. They have races, and they get an award from Bungie, I think.
They have races.
When they are the first to. Yeah,
that's what I heard.
I did too, but I wasn't gonna say that.
Not Bungie. Not Bungie.
You're going on a raid to kill racists?
Not yes. Not racist. Racist.
I'm about to log in right now.
I was like, yeah, man, y'all sold me. I gotta get to kill.
I'm about to log in right now.
I get to kill some space KKK. Let's do it.
Yeah, they deal with a little bit of racism within the story. Some enemies that were enemies when the game started are allies now. Things have changed.
Did you ever find out what the orb was? The floating ball, the light.
Which
light.
Which part is the light?
The ball that gives you your powers. The big float.
Oh, the traveler.
Yeah.
Not yet, man. Not
what
yet.
About the triangles?
Yeah, we know who the enemy. We know who the enemy is now. After 8 years, they showed up in the Witch Queen.
That's dedication. 8 years.
Right. Well, there have been enemies that have been put in front of us when this enemy was the one behind all the time. He's behind orcs, behind everything.
So is the traveler dead, or is it kind of just sleeping?
It's alive. It's very passive, and it got people questioning its loyalty to it.
Okay.
So
traveler,
good story, man.
Yeah, I recommend they do, him and Rob do. Go to YouTube and watch some of those videos, man. Those guys have that lore is deep. It goes back.
It's a lot.
Forever. It's a lot. It's so much.
That might be a good idea for
but speaking
space racists. Somebody needs to work on that.
You mean the Empire?
I guess they would be space racist, yeah.
There you go.
They're supposed to be like Nazis.
Yeah, they are kind of space Nazis, yeah.
Yeah, we can't have a hit every time like Thor cakes. That was a swing.
That was a home
and
run.
A miss. Yeah, that was a home run.
we still got the URL.
I wasn't modest about that at all. Like, oh, that shit was awesome. Home run, bro.
Yeah. It was worth $100 to buy the URL. Nobody else can take it from us. Period. And quick thing about games. I know GamesCon happened a couple of days ago, and they released a whole bunch of stuff. I refuse to get hyped about games anymore. I refuse to. Because there are a lot of pretty games that are starting to roll out, and they have the Chinese version of Ghost of Tsushima coming out, and they have they have a new and they got a new what's that monkey game? Monkey King. Monkey King has another game coming out.
Return to Monkey Island, something like that.
Something like that. It looks beautiful. It's been popping up on my feed, and I refuse to get hyped because I'm like, man, some of these because it'll be pure trash. And Gotham Knights is supposed to release in like a month or so. I'm not even hyped about that. I'm not going to even breathe on that game until after I get a full game review and at least 3 patches because I'm not. Nope. It won't get my 60. It'll get my 45, but it won't get my 60. So, all right, enough of that. Moving on, man. A couple weeks ago, good movie. Dropped on Netflix, Day Shift with Jamie Foxx, Megan Good, Dave Franco. If you haven't heard about it, it's a new vampire tale, told in a unique perspective, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was campy, it was fun. It had good humorous moments to it. And I love Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is one of my favorite actors, even though he's underutilized. He's still a funny guy. The spookiest thing to me were the bendy people. I'm not gonna lie. They actually, and those people, that was not CGI. Those people can actually bend
actually
like that.
Yeah,
they were
contortionists. Yep, gross.
Yeah, super gross. But overall, I dug it, and the hidden gem in this whole thing is Megan Good.
I remember telling you guys about the movie. I'm like, Megan Good's in. You're like, oh!
Got to click play. We had to click play on that one. It gave me a couple vibes. What was it?
Evil Dead?
Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah, Evil Dead and Dusk Till Dawn were 2 of the vibes that I got from the movie. Overall, I enjoyed it. It was great fun. I mean, if you go into it looking for something deeper than what it is, you're going to be disappointed. But if you go into it just saying, hey, this is Snoop Dogg, Jamie Foxx, and Megan Good, let's run this. And James Franco's little brother. So, yeah, that's my opinion. Quincy, what'd you think, man?
I thought it was good in its simplicity. Like, I never really had problems with Jamie Foxx movies or vampire movies. I thought it didn't. I thought it was just right. Like, it was. I didn't think it was that long. I don't know how long that movie, but it went by.
Ask Mike.
48 minutes. Hour and 38 minutes, something like that.
114 minutes.
Yeah.
There you go.
That was perfect. Like, I like James Franco's brother.
Dave Franco.
He was in something else, and I can't remember. It might have been the
Neighbors.
The Neighbors. That's what it was. And he was funny in that. It was good. It was a good movie. I don't need to watch it again, but it was good.
If T was here, he'd remember him from the Disaster Artist, because he played Mark in the Disaster Artist with his brother.
Okay.
He was on the last season. He was one of the interns.
If they made a sequel to that movie, I would be all over it. Like, I really did like it, though.
I kind of want to watch it again, just because I like Jamie Foxx as an actor and I think he's brilliant. His last name is Jablonski, which I think is hilarious all in itself. All right, Megan, what'd you think?
I liked it. Again, it reminded me of Evil Dead and like Dusk Till Dawn, and it had a real campy feel to it. See, for me, the breakout person was Snoop Dogg. Like, I loved Snoop throughout the entire thing. you know, him just kind of popping up around the end, and like I really liked it. There's a lot of questions I have though, so they definitely left it open for a sequel when they were talking about like the big bad vampire,
El Jefe.
which originally I thought was Audrey, but
El
El Jefe, yeah. And then I'm like, is it Snoop? Like I want to know who El Jefe is. That's
I think that'd be a great story.
yeah. So that's it. Left me wanting more because I wanted to know that. So yeah.
Okay, Tasha, did you get to check it out?
I did. I didn't enjoy it as much as you guys did, though. I just thought it was okay. It really was campy for sure. I wasn't expecting it to be campy for some reason. I never watched the trailer, so I just went off of you guys saying, "Oh, we're going to watch Day Shift," and I saw the screen grab when it put up on Netflix. I was like, "Okay, vampire movie," and he's fighting an old vampire in the beginning of the movie, and she's actually moving around like she's young. I was like, "Okay."
Yo.
I think
they listed her credits as old lady, which is funny as hell.
I think Dave Franco's character was my favorite. He was just really funny, and the poor guy he has such bad luck throughout that whole film. But
yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I just didn't find it, super good. It was just okay for me.
Yeah, it was a Netflix movie.
Yeah,
not supposed to be like blockbuster. It was either this or Red Notice, and I picked this. Oh man, Mike, the Time Watcher, man, what'd you think about this this vampire
movie?
It
didn't, like I say, it wasn't blowing me away. It's a Netflix flick, but it was cool. I enjoyed it. The best things I liked was those two. I forget their name. The Corsican brothers, the Nazarian,
the Nazarians.
Those dudes. I was like, at the end when Snoop popped up, now like, why didn't you call them brothers? You need to call them. That's the first people I'd have called. For real, we gonna go in there together. Snoop could have been extra. Yeah. They were a little weird, spitting gum into his mouth, but still.
Yeah. That's my point.
They were dope though. The boys could fight. They were on it. I had some questions like I think it was Meghan. Like for one, the familiar, what's her name? The neighbor Heather. If she can all of a sudden just decide to be a good guy, why did she betray him from the beginning? That made no sense. She was, she did just, I'm gonna be a good vampire now, just out of nowhere. And same thing with Dave Franco. They have options. I didn't understand that much. But,
yeah, that was me too. They're two of the best. I mean, of course they can, they're doing their thing, and of course they're vampires. They're going to play the good role, but it's like they gave them 20 great minutes, and then all of a sudden, which leaves it open for the next chapter. Which I hope they do personally. Well, yeah, a lot of
they played Old Dirty Bastard in there, so you get points for that. Anytime you got ODB pop up, I was like, oh, yeah. But yeah, that's cool.
Yes. Oh man, J. Pat.
Yeah.
What do you think about this Blade Light?
It entertained me. I think the action sequences were bananas. Those fight scenes were
the bendy people
crazy. There was a couple of times I jumped back like, oh shit, they did that. Like, okay. It was good. I mean, it was nice, campy fun. Like, you don't get those kind of movies that much anymore. It seems like we were like in the 90s, we were like overrun with them. So now it's like kind of like, oh, whenever you get one, you're just like, oh yeah, I can just sit back. I don't veg out.
You're appreciative.
I don't have to really think.
Right.
It's like, okay, this dude's fighting vampires, and that's what it is.
In
like,
LA.
I'm just gonna watch it. Right?
And Snoop Dogg's a cowboy with a duster, a hat, gigantic truck, and cowboy boots.
He looked like a giant. I had to Google his height.
A simple plot.
Yeah.
He is tall. Was he like 6'5" or something like that?
Well, you said it, Jay. Like there is beauty in some simplicity to some plots to movies and shows, and like this one, like it worked.
It was just
like,
straightforward.
I need money to take care of my family, and like I need a better job. Everybody can relate to that. Like I need some more money. Need a better job.
6'4". He's 6'4", 115 pounds.
He's like a twig. He's tall.
That's hair.
Yeah.
All
It
right.
was. Go ahead.
So two things, right? Uh, Megan, I loved when your Jersey accent came out when you said Dawn, like it was Daww. And what are the grades? Start with wait, start with Lou. Start with you, Lou. What
Oh
do you
man,
give?
I'm gonna give it a B. I'm gonna give it a B.
We doing numbers.
No,
1 to
you
10.
asked for a grade. You asked for a grade. A
I
7 is
I retract. I need a
all
number.
right. All right, I'm gonna give it a good. I'm gonna give it a good 7.5. Seven and a half.
Y'all need decimals. Megan,
6.
6.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, you didn't want a half. I'd say 6.7.
Uh,
Well, I'm not rounding up.
you get a 0.5. Is that what you
Sure,
want? You want a
6.5.
oh man.
GA?
The only time you ever hear a woman take a smaller number. There you go.
You see, I might give it a nice 8, nice round 8.
Damn.
It was
Mike?
like Jay said, mindless fun. So I would go 6.5, but we're not doing half, so I'm gonna have to go at 7.
Tasha about to kill the curve here. Tasha, what you give it?
But I really want to give it a 5.
Then give it.
I'm
give
half
it.
and half. I'm a 5.
Do it exactly.
I'm a
Yeah.
5.
Mike killed our curve for the Sandman a couple of weeks ago.
And
Everybody
I'm
was 9.
still
and he's
sticking
like,
with
Yeah,
my
you did.
5. It ain't getting no
That's
higher.
I'll give it a 6.5. Like it wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah, we needed more
6.5.
Megan Good.
Yeah, more Megan Good.
More Megan
In a
Good.
bikini or something next time.
Yeah, it's
Word.
it's a shame she's not in more stuff now.
Yeah, they got to utilize her if they're going to use her. She ain't married to that pastor no more. Let's go.
They came to my church a couple years back, for real.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they did.
Did you shoot your shot?
Nah, well, she was with her husband. He was there. I didn't, I didn't get to get there.
So what does Mike say? Like you like X-Men comics? Or
When I meet a girl,
who's your favorite mutant?
in general,
I'm joking with you.
You
Yeah,
gotta walk up
What
to
do
her and
you
be like, Shazam.
what do you say to Megan? What do you say to Megan Good? Like I like Cyclops.
He's gonna lean down on his knees like he's talking to a child. He's like,
Do you
I'd
lead
probably
with
leave with
mutants?
roll bounce if I was talking to Megan Good. I'd probably play some,
I enjoyed
I loved
I
her
love
in
you
that.
in roll bounce. Oh, really? Hey, well,
They should have had another season of Minority Report.
that is true.
Yeah, she would definitely pay attention to you after that. 'Cause
yeah.
that
I'm leading with roll bounce. How was
God.
Sweetness? That's what I'm going with.
bro, like whoever that guy was, like he played the hell of that role, and then he disappeared. Man,
He was
I
on
don't know
some
what happened to
90s
that, bro.
show. Sweetness was. I can't think of it.
Yeah, he was on a show, and then he was on like a bike movie or something. I think basketball movie with Wayne Brady.
I don't know, but that was my dude.
Wayne Brady
Sweetness
made a
was my
basketball
dude.
movie?
Yeah, bro,
He
that's
was-
one of the coolest dudes in a movie.
He was on What I Like About You, and the crossover was the basketball
Okay.
movie.
Yeah, that's the one. Was Wayne Brady in that one? Am I remembering correctly?
Yes.
Wayne Brady.
Oh my gosh.
Is Wayne Brady?
I like
gonna
Wayne.
need a smack a bitch?
Is he gonna choke a bitch?
Choke a bitch.
Is he gonna choke me? That's it. That was a great Chappelle.
Anthony Mackie
was
in that too.
Chappelle.
Shit, he
Really?
was. Yes, he was. Yes.
Look at this. Q gonna be on
Yes.
Hulu, burning it up.
Nah, that movie was hot trash, but like,
I never saw it.
but I remember like seeing the trailer for that movie. Every time I put on Roll Bounce, my wife, she loves Roll Bounce. I do too. That's my movie.
I think real quick.
Right.
I think that roll bounce crew would have been a great Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids. It had that kind of vibe.
That's a good
those
one to
kids,
put together.
what's my
Yeah.
man's name? I can't think of his name, but the main kid with all the jokes. He was in
Oh, see, he was in Tropic Thunder.
He would have been a great Rudy when he had the hat on. Oh, that's the vibe right there. Yeah, Rudy. This right here.
And my man Timon Cruz from what's that Samuel L. Jackson movie? He's in everything. He was in Arrow. He was he had the daughter, the the Latin kid.
Mad Dog. You talking about? They called him Naps with the afro. Yeah.
That was good. It's a good movie. Good movie.
Oh man. Oh man, DMC was in the movie
He was
too.
a DJ at this roller rink when it's closed down.
And Aunt Wanda from Bernie Mac show, she was fun.
I probably saw it when it dropped.
Shit, y'all give me homework. That's your homework.
Yeah.
You need to do some shit.
All right.
We can watch that on Skype.
I saw Roll Bounce.
I saw Roll Bounce.
I haven't seen it in forever. It came out. I was deployed when it came out, so I probably
That's a good
catch it in the
excuse.
theaters. I probably
I'll allow
originally.
it.
You've had time.
Yeah, you have that. You've had 18 years.
All right, here we go. I'm writing it down. Roll Bounce. Let me see. Watch on Prime Video for $3.99. No, I'm gonna find it someplace else for free. I'll check that out. For real.
You need to own that movie. You just go ahead and buy it. Man.
Damn, 2 hours.
Right.
Hour 52 minutes.
What?
All right.
Mike Jones is
Roll
worth
Bounce?
it.
Yeah, Roll Bounce.
Yeah, you don't feel that time
Especially
at all.
when Sweetness is on the screen. Sweetness is the man.
Bro, Sweetness
This
was...
is the coolest mofo.
Yo, like, Mike, when he, at the end, when it was a scene when Bow Wow, he was about to sock him, when he was breaking it down for him, I would have socked him.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you ain't doing this. You ain't doing that in front of me, bro. I'm sorry.
When he came by and
get out of here.
kissed his fingers and touched his little sister, and she just...
He was out of pocket, man.
I had to put my hands on him then. We had to talk, homie.
Like, take your skates off, man. Like, I'm gonna be outside. Like, my bus will come for another hour. I'll be out there.
That was what's his name? Paul Walker. This is my favorite movie. Not Paul Walker, the guy from Vampire Diaries. Paul Wesley. That's his name. Yeah, that's my favorite role of his. Even over Stephen, whatever his name was, Vampire Diaries. I love him in this movie.
Well, his crew was funny too. Sweetness's crew when they was
Jeez.
They've been bringing on Cosby Kids.
Oh my god,
it's a good movie. Good movie.
I love this movie.
Yeah, it was a good, really
all right,
good movie.
listen. I'm looking it up right now to buy. I'm trying to find it.
30
There it is.
minutes on
Digital
Roll
HD
Bounce,
World.
I'm telling you.
We did a Roll Bounce. Wasn't even on the docket.
It
It's
got a
like,
review.
that's what we,
Let's go ahead and give it
that's
some
what we
numbers.
do.
I'm gonna give it a 9. That shit.
I give it a 9.5. Like, that's my movie.
When they come on, I gotta
my
watch it. It's not to be
gosh.
watched.
Yeah, it's one of them things. Like, if you're trying to clean or do something, you're gonna be walking by and then you're just gonna sit down and be like, "Oh yeah," like then you're leaning back.
2 hours later.
Yeah, like then I get moving. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right. Oh man. All right. Let's put this back on the tracks. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna watch it.
See,
The Inkwell is classic.
I ain't seen that in a minute.
Hey, she said,
Hey.
my baby.
That's my
came
home.
back from a football game. Her and my
Oh,
giant
my
son. Look at
gosh.
this giant
Yes,
man
that time of
child.
the year.
Look at this one.
He gonna block out that whole light behind you. He
That's
gonna
the
raid the
first place he
fridge.
went with the
Daddy, what's
refrigerator.
to
I
eat?
promise you. That's the first place he went was to the refrigerator. Wait to America.
Daddy,
big
was-
bear child.
Look
Look
at
at
this.
that big child you got there.
He heavy as hell too. He just leaned on my
He
shoulder.
blocked
my
out
whole arm
all
hurt.
the light.
Big ass
You got to get
Oh
him a
my
scholarship
gosh.
for football or something, man.
And he in the band. He loves the band.
Band.
man.
That's the
He
band
loves
kid.
with him right now.
Yeah.
Everybody else
Okay.
is saying hello.
What, he-
Some,
trumpet or trombone? Was he play? Yeah, I knew he played some of the brass.
Just wave to everybody. It's my wife now. She's waving.
Hello,
Hey.
Mrs. Jones.
Yeah.
The tall was
That's
mine.
what you
That's
see,
what Mike
right?
Is that? Yeah.
checking out Facebook real quick. I see Jenna got engaged.
Oh,
yeah.
congratulations!
Congratulations.
Yay!
That's awesome.
Good
That's
stuff.
awesome.
Good stuff.
Go on, girl.
Oh man, that's it. Love it. Love it. Oh man. All right. The new DC exec, Dan Lin. He is currently being touted as DC's version of Kevin Feige. Now this,
We'll see.
yeah, that's the whole thing. He's walking in with a great resume, minus one gigantic mark on it. Dan Lin actually produced. Hold your seats, people. He produced the Death Note movie on Netflix.
Ugh.
And watching Tasha's face right now says the whole story.
It was so bad.
So, it was terrible. But running over his resume, he did both Sherlock Holmes movies, which was great. Did Terminator Salvation, which I don't really remember. He did the Lego movie. He did the Lego Batman movie. He did Lego Ninjago, Lego Movie 2. Godzilla King of Monsters. Godzilla King Kong. What else we got? He did an episode of the upcoming Avatar: The Last Airbender. He was the executive producer on the first episode of that. He's got a couple more projects in the mix: Lilo and Stitch, Aladdin 2, Inspector Gadget, Sherlock Holmes 3, and Lethal Weapon 5. Put that back on the shelf. Don't do that to us. Don't. I can't do it.
He's also an executive producer of Walker, Texas Ranger. The CW show.
Oh gosh, you got to pay a bill. Got bills to pay. Guys got bills. But he's walking into this automatically being hung. He has the albatross around his neck. Let me finish my statement, you mean old man. But he's got this albatross around his neck of being the next Kevin Feige for DC, which I find disturbing because nobody deserves that much weight out of the gate. What do we think about this guy? Do we think that he's going to enforce this 10-year plan? Is it going to work? Because, of course, in more recent news, and I'll let you guys talk on this, they pushed back the premiere dates of Shazam 2 and, what was it, Aquaman 2?
Yeah. To next year, the end of next year.
Yeah. Shazam 2 is coming out in March or something like that. And
Aquaman's December.
Aquaman's like Christmas.
Well,
yeah. So, is Dan Lin getting a fair shake out the gate, and do we think he's going to hang on to the 10-year plan?
We'll see. I mean, it seems like Discovery's cleaning house, so they might give him an opportunity.
Okay. I feel that. I just don't want the guy to go in there and everybody, the fans, us fans, not give him a fair shake. And if he doesn't produce, if he's not the golden goose that Warner Brothers wants him to be,
he's screwed either way. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
If he's being touted, I mean, they're already they keep shelving stuff. Ezra was made to apologize to the head of WB personally.
I saw that.
Like it's just they keep pushing things back. They keep canceling things. They canceled Doom Patrol. They canceled Titans. They're shelving TV shows. They got rid of some of the Sesame Street.
They did?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
And the late night with
What
Elmo,
blocks?
like they removed them. They've removed like original programming from HBO Max.
I didn't even notice that. Because I watch that Sesame Street all the time with my little dude.
Me too.
Yep. So, Warner Brothers is putting too heavy weight on this dude's shoulders, and saying, produce this, this giant. I don't know. It's just ridiculous the amount of pressure they're putting on this dude. And damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because even if he does well, is it well? Is it good enough for their bottom line? Is it enough money that they're making? Because now that if they're scrapping everything and making a whole new 10-year plan, is it in the vision that they want to see it? Is it fiscally what they want? So, yeah, I feel bad for the dude, no matter what.
Yeah, he walked into something real bad. Quincy, what's up, man? I know you're the big DC guy. Do you feel like he's going to get a fair shake? Should he even be compared to Kevin Feige out of the gate like this?
I think. How do I put this? I think they're giving him the position. I don't know if I'm not getting the impression they're lumping anything on him. To me, it just seems like a fire sale. Really, they're just getting rid of what they had no connection with. Like like I read that they wanted to move these movies away from Avatar. Okay, like I can understand that, and I guess, but like Aquaman, that's like almost a whole year. Like, are we still gonna wanna? I mean, I'm saying this
We're
like,
gonna want to, but it's gonna be hard.
right. I'm saying this like jokingly, but it's like I don't like right now with DC. I'm just waiting for him to get started. Like, and that start is gonna happen with Black
Yeah.
Adam. You know, I had to see what the movie. Like, I don't
Yeah.
even know what to believe anymore. You know, I'm just waiting, and like the only thing that's concrete is that this movie's going to get released soon. Hopefully, if it doesn't get pushed back.
I know
Uh,
Dwayne will not let that happen. It won't. Dwayne won't let.
oh man, I wish Rob was here. Uh, but yeah, like I don't like we'll see. Like to me, I think they're comparing him to Fergie as like the figure head. Like this new group, this management, like they're moving with a lot of patience if they're canceling stuff. Um, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I don't I don't know what's canceled. I don't know what's moving forward because stuff is still contradicting. Only thing that's concrete is Black Adam moving forward.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm just
think that's
waiting.
gonna be. I think Black Adam, like I said before a few weeks ago, I think Black Adam's gonna be the equivalent of what Iron Man was when it dropped for Marvel. You know, it's gonna be when they dropped Iron Man. It was like, all right, let's just roll the dice to see what we get, and they got an absolute gold mine. And I think that they're putting the same thing on Black Adam. Hopefully, that is going to cause enough of a stir and generate enough money to where people will be like, all right, DC knows what they're talking about. But this was made before Dan Lin showed up. So hopefully you can just, grab the reins and ride it out. So what do you think, Mike?
I don't know. Out of all the movies you named, I think I only really enjoyed the Godzilla and the King Kong movie, so I don't have a lot of weight behind it. But anybody in the position, as long as they got somebody there who seems to be competent, the movies he made, they did well. So I just didn't watch him. So as far as being compared to Kevin Feige, I don't think it's so much to him as far as his resume, just the title. He's getting that position, so they need
Yeah.
somebody in that position. I'm not really cool with a 10-year plan for anybody because that just takes forever to get there. I ain't got that kind of time to invest in to give you 10 years to get to the point.
You got your
Right.
own 10-year
I
plan
ain't
to
got the
follow,
time to give you
nonetheless
to
his.
invest into a whole new universe. You got to hurry up and get there. But
Yeah.
outside of that, let's get it.
Now, I will say now, DC they were accused of rushing when they put out those movies. Like, so it's like, do you want them to move forward the way they did, or do you want them to like lay the foundation? Because that was all I heard when
Mm-hmm.
Man of Steel, then BVS, the Wonder Woman, Justice League. People are like, oh, they're rushing it. Like
LOS was rushed.
I liked all those
this is
movies.
like well, I'm not talking
Mm-hmm.
about you specifically, but like I've heard these criticisms. Like they were moving too fast. They didn't establish
Okay.
some of these characters for the Justice League. Like DC, like they're damned if they do, damned if
Right.
they don't. Like I understand your point. Like to me, like the quickest fix would be to continue what Snyder was doing. I don't care what nobody says. Like he had like an idea, like and I loved it. Like you see what they're
Hmm.
doing now, like you get your Harley Quinn movies and all this other stuff. Like Justice League was
To
epic to
save
me.
time, I could
Like
see
I
that.
I
agree with
dug
To
you.
those
save time, I could
characters.
see them carrying
But
on with some form of that universe. I mean,
well, see, like I think like even now when they say they're like the Snyderverse, like they're not continuing with it. Like okay, but I think I'm hoping it's like a play on words. Like it's not gonna be Snyder's universe, but we are gonna like modify it and move place,
not
Keep it
necessarily
dark.
dark. I see what
continue
you're
with
saying. That's the
the
foundation
foundation,
of it.
like with the foundation. Right, it's the foundation. You've already
Right.
laid that down. You might as well just move forward. And like to do that, you gotta get Cavill to come back, and they not them, but let's say Warner Brothers has like over the last couple of years they've wasted him
Yeah,
to the
they
point
have.
where
Hmm.
he's like a star outside of that company to where he really blew up, and it's like he's like I don't know if I have the time now, like he's doing everything, and
Yeah.
like it's not anybody's fault that's in management now, but I mean you got Ben to come back, you'll see what happens with that. Like he's been done like 2 or 3 times, but he came back. uh we'll see what happens. Like they said they're gonna move forward with Gal, like that's good. Like you may not get all the pieces back, but you got some of what's already been there.
Right.
So I think that would be the quickest fix. If you didn't like what everything Snyder was doing, like with the story wise, okay, I've read stuff that I didn't like either, which was weird. And I think it would have been a bad decision if he would have been allowed to go forward with it. But move forward with the cast, and then just make the story off of what's already been there.
Right.
Yeah,
I dig that.
I'm with that
completely. Jay, what do you want to weigh in on this?
I mean, I think calling him Kevin Feige might be a bad move because it just still feels like you're still trying to copy Marvel. Like DC's characters, I mean, truth be told, they're more recognizable than Marvel characters. Superman, Batman, like they're the quintessential superheroes.
Yeah.
DC shouldn't be following Marvel; they should be trying to set their own trends. So
that is true.
I don't know. It still seems like they're in that rut. Like we have to be like Marvel. We have to do this 10-year plan. We got to make this cohesive universe. I mean, like it's not going to last forever for Marvel. So whenever Marvel's universe
about to run out for them,
out of steam, then you're going to run out of steam because you're just going to be following them. Just do your own thing.
Yeah,
that's what I feel.
Agreed.
Maybe they don't even have a universe. Maybe they have they just have a bunch of standalone movies. Maybe they follow their own how their animated universe was. Their animated universe was bananas.
Yeah. It still is. It's amazing. It's amazing. Even though they don't all touch, it's amazing. I'm with it. We'll touch on that question more in depth later on in the customer questions, in the group questions, customer questions. Yeah. Tash, I know that you're furthest away from all this information, and but what do you think could happen, or how do you feel about this whole thing?
I don't know. The only thing I know I hope for is that whatever they're trying to do, just stick with it this time. I've seen the DC movies, starting with The Dark Knight, I think. And, I didn't care for, Batman versus Superman or Aquaman too much. I know, I just killed Quincy. He's so upset. I didn't love them as much as he does, but I'm still invested to know what they're going to do in their movie universe. I just want them to figure out what they're doing and just stick with it. Like, stop changing a whole bunch of stuff and just have faith in your product. It seems like they're not having faith in their product.
I agree with that. And I think that's what the big overhaul was with Discovery, is that they're just like, all right, we have to make a plan and stick to it. Right now, we've been having too many people with their hands in the pot trying to stir up this soup, and all of a sudden now it's bad soup and we got to reset the whole thing. Cooking reference for Meghan. She's like, whatever. But yeah, I mean, hopefully he'll do good, and we're hoping the best, and we have more time than money. We can watch this whole thing evolve, and like Quincy said, it's all going to start with Black Adam. We all know it's going to release in October, and just have to sit back and watch this whole thing evolve from there.
And I will say one more thing. Honestly, like MCU, Marvel fans, like you should want this to work because competition only makes people better.
Mm-hmm.
And like I keep going back to the analogy, of when WWE bought WCW. Like there was nothing like, if any wrestling fans out there, or even any here, like during the Monday Night Wars, when those companies were like, there would never be another period like that ever in the history.
Because we were all flipping back and forth.
Right. They were both financed. Like they both had. It was just really who can be better than the other. And like, as a WWE fan, I had like both, but WCW started to go down. But when they bought the company, everyone was happy. But that was the beginning of the end. Like WWE did not have to push themselves; they could put it in cruise control. They were they're still really unchallenged now.
Well,
like
they got AEW.
Yeah,
but
it's not what WCW. Yeah, like there are like scratches, people that make them itch from time to time, but like it's never going to be the way it was during Monday night. Like, and Marvel, like if some people love everything they put out, some people will look at it critically. Oh, jeez. But moving
Oh.
Oh!
moving forward, like you you recognize the faults, but you still want them to be the best that they
Mm-hmm.
can be
Yep.
during that Infinity Saga. Like you still
Yeah.
want competition, just makes you better. You don't want to just sit on your laurels and just cruise and you know win races when you're the only one in it. Like what joy, what sense of accomplishment do you get from that?
Nothing. And I think that's part of the problem. I'll expand on this for a few more seconds. Is that Marvel hasn't felt that pressure from DC, and I think personally that's where the decline of quality has gone. Because, like we spoke about before, is that Marvel's quality has gone down, especially in this Phase 4, is because they haven't felt the pressure from the outside to make something better, because they know somebody's going to just run out there and watch it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So,
Yep.
oh man, so we're gonna bang on Marvel's door a little bit more and talk about She-Hulk.
yeah.
She-Hulk episode 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, Jay
Oh yeah.
firing up.
Revving up.
Yep, that's how listeners. That's how old men fire up.
my
Oh yeah,
knees cracking.
my knees cracking. Mm.
Which is funny because my knee literally just cracked.
Mm.
The second you said that, I like scratched my knee and went.
Oh, She-Hulk episode 2 dropped 2 days ago. No, yesterday. Sorry.
2 days ago.
Loved it. Thursday?
Thursday.
No,
Right.
Oh, it's Thursday. Okay.
There you go. I loved it. Episode 2 was good. It's more of a story. It's not a whole lot of hero stuff. It's all about the story right now and her development as a character. And we got to see the Hulk in a spaceship going someplace. And what loved me is that I want to know who his cell provider is, because he had signal in space. I need that because I live in the mountains and we lose signal all the time.
And still got some Stark Tech laying around.
Stark Tech. That's it. But episode 2 was great. It had its moments. I enjoyed all the moments. That's just me though. But we will definitely get a bunch of perspectives from this one. And I'm going to start with Jay because he is.
That's because I'm
he's a
late
man.
to the party. I was played hooky last week. But as far as this episode, I dug it. Like I like the show.
All right.
I didn't know what I was going to think going in, but I dig it. I like it. I want to see where it goes. I think the show has been excellent, except for her one moment of being an asshole to Bruce. So,
Please tell me that. Please.
So it was when
preach
he was.
this.
This is going back to the first episode, and he's trying to get her to because he only understands how the Hulk is from his perspective, right? So he's trying to get her to look, you gotta learn how to control this. This is you're like a nuclear bomb walking around. Like you have to be able to control this. So she goes into this diatribe well, I know how to control myself because I did blah 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 blah, and I'm great at this, and I'm just better. He's like, why did you say first of all, you're his family, so you should know his family history, and she's his family on his father's side. So Bruce is not a rage monster because he's just like some guy who I'm just better than every woman I see. He's a rage monster because he grew up in extreme violence. Like his father abused him every day. He watched his father kill his mother. It damaged him so bad psychologically that his personality split into the Hulks. So that's why the Hulks were there before the Gamma experiment. But when the Gamma experiment happened, his Hulks took over and they were the monsters that came out of him. So it's
right.
So
Yes,
it was almost like you were shitting on your cousin, even though his father was abused. You had families know when something's going on with your family, right? So they know, they knew his dad was an asshole. They knew he was abusive. They had to have, even if they didn't. Something's going on with your cousin. You're supposed to be family, right? So why be an asshole to your cousin who's dealing with extreme mental illness and emotional trauma?
You're right. You have a great point.
And that was I think Jamil had brought this up, and I actually agreed in retrospect. I don't know if they're going to go into him being beat up by his father. But
It's never
still,
been touched, so we'll have to see.
well, but even like Jay, like is absolutely right. But there's also just the situation of dealing with being the
Yeah.
Hulk. He's already stated that he tried to kill
Yeah.
himself
Mhm.
at
Yeah,
one
and he
point.
couldn't.
So I understand that living in a woman's world and everything, and like the challenges that you're dealing with, but to belittle, that's the way it came off to me. Like you just being the Hulk, he's tried to kill himself,
Yeah.
and like that's the only like Jay said, it's the only thing that it's like you look at it sideways. Just for a second,
Yeah.
it's like come on, like you say, like you're supposed to be my fam, and like he's actually trying to help
Right.
her.
He
Yeah.
just made her a
Yeah.
Hulk.
He didn't
Yeah,
make her
Well,
a
but
Hulk.
he's going off of
he's
going off his knowledge of being a
Yes,
Hulk.
I agree.
He's a subject matter expert, and I agree with what Jay said. And he's just trying to help her out, and she does, in retrospect,
Act like an asshole.
act like an asshole about it. But I can also see her side of it, to where yes, she has grown up in a
The world.
world where women have been belittled and all the rest of this jazz, which is not to be dismissed. And so I can see her point of it too. But back to what you said, they are family, and this is your cousin trying to look out for your best interest. And all you got to do is be like, listen, I've done this and I've done that, and we've all been, we've all heard it. But the thing about it is that in the end, it was all
Yeah.
mashed out. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And they squashed it, and everything was Gucci because she was just like, all right, you know what? I was out of pocket. This is wrong for me to say. And she did kind of, she didn't backpedal, but she ate it. She was
She
like, all right,
apologized without
my bad,
apologizing. She
Bruce.
did the Bruce Lee. The Kung
Well,
Fu apology.
she also apologized late. She apologized later on in episode 2, where she was just like, you know what, Bruce, pretty much my bad. And I see her, and you make a great point, and I dig that point because she shouldn't have shit on him like she
I
did.
thought I was going to have
He
more
was just-
pushback from you, Lou. I was ready.
No. When you make a valid point, I'm not going to push. I'll defend other things like her funky ass hair. I will defend
So
that.
cute.
Did anybody catch it? Nobody. I don't think I heard anybody talk about it, but like the Hulk actually threw that rock into outer space. Like, did y'all?
Yeah.
Yo, that was a flex. That was a needed flex. And then he pushed her
That
off
was
the cliff.
hilarious.
I love that.
I was like,
shit
wait,
too.
did he just throw that?
So-
Did that just go through the atmosphere? Like, oh, okay.
Yep.
It's the most impressive thing he did since punching
right.
that thing.
That's his only other feat. Because in the next episode, he gets ran over by a Jeep. Like, really, bro?
Don't do that. That was the same. That was the same episode. That was just 20 minutes
episode.
later.
Like, how do you get run over by a Jeep, bro?
See, that's a whole. We'll talk about that.
Why
later.
not? It's a Hulk Jeep.
All right, fine. It's a Hulk Jeep. That was my whole point. Is that he was reinforcing
Right.
furniture, so he has a reinforced Jeep. You saw how
It
far she
makes
had to
sense to
move
me.
that seat.
So,
And the fact that he didn't want to hurt her. He didn't want to hurt his property. That's his Jeep. He didn't want to break it.
I will say to that, he did put her in a room with blades.
That was wild.
Like she did ruin that, and he did put her in danger there.
That was for science.
Yeah, he could have run another experiment there, impromptu.
What you gonna do? Get a Wolverine and throw it in the room? What the hell?
Like that. I mentioned this. Like it's nothing that's happening on the show is like big strikes to me, but it gets to a point where I just think they're doing this to the Hulk on purpose. Like it's just funny to me right now, and like it's
they're
I
just
don't
using
know.
it for a joke.
It's something that's just noticeable.
But we ain't gonna see him for a couple episodes because he's on the spaceship now, so we ain't gonna see him for like 3 or 4.
Might not see him for another couple years, maybe. But go ahead. I'll wait.
I enjoyed it. Again, I'm getting exactly what I expected. There's no surprises really on any of it. To both you guys' points about her being an asshole and about her and Bruce, both of them are right from their points. I had no problem with her saying her. I don't know why everybody got triggered by it. I had no problem with her from her point. I had no problem with Bruce from his point. They're both going from their angles. I honestly have a cousin just like that. Our relationship is just like that. We fight, we hoop, we holler. But I would fight a bear for her, and she would fight a bear for me. So I mean, but I get that. She's like my bad little sister. But still, for real, I'll fight a bear with her, but I won't go out to the club with her. Hell no. But no, but I get it. That part, I get that relationship, how they talk, and I'm better than you. But I get all that. But the show itself is a great show. I really enjoy it. I got nothing really bad to say about it. I'm getting exactly what I expected.
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you. Tosh, what do you think, honey? The anime queen, Tasha.
Episode 2, it was fine. I to me, the CGI on her face could just look so much better. There were moments where some of the scenes, I know this is going to sound crazy, it looked like I was watching Shrek. Just the way that how her face moved. I was like, am I watching an animated?
Fiona.
Yes. It looked like I was watching a DreamWorks CG kind of work instead of, I want to say Marvel, just normally what Marvel has produced. I do have to ask this question because I really don't remember. So when they were referencing Abomination, that was from the first Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that. Okay,
That's the second one.
oh, it
The
was
first
the
one
second
with
one.
Eric Bana.
Oh, we don't count that one.
Well,
That's not
the one that
MCU.
came after Iron Man.
Oh yeah, that's Edward
That's the one
Norton.
that's in the
That's
Marvel
Okay.
U. The other one isn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't remember that movie very well. I only saw it once. So how did he almost kill Bruce?
He was beating
Yeah.
the shit out of him. Like that's
Big-
Oh,
that's
that's just
how.
it. It wasn't like
Yeah.
a plot
Yeah,
thing.
like
Yeah.
Hulk versus
Yeah, it was a big
Abomination. They
fight
just got a
in
big fight at the
downtown
end.
or whatever they
Yeah.
were at. They would kick it just.
Yeah, Ross found Hulk as a threat because he couldn't control him. He found that super soldier from the Russian-born, British-raised special forces, shot him up with a bunch of juice, said, "Go kill the Hulk."
yeah.
That was his whole job.
That
It
does sound
was it
vaguely
was
familiar. Okay.
it was a mix of the super soldier serum and Bruce's blood, but like their fight, like he had the upper hand for a good portion of it. Like he
Mhm.
was that
He had more
strong,
control too.
and
He was more
uh,
right.
He could talk, couldn't he?
yeah. So like
Okay.
yeah, like when he said he was trying to kill him, he was capable
Okay.
of
That
doing
was
just that.
some memories of that movie are flashing back now that you guys have said that stuff. So then I figured that was the case because Bruce made the comment of, I was a different person back then, literally.
That was
He
hilarious
made
to
that
me.
little quip.
And then she looked
Yeah,
at
it
the
was
camera
fun.
and laughed. She
Yep.
broke the fourth wall. It was like,
I am curious to know going forward how maybe Wong would be introduced into this, because we did see at the end of, was it Shang-Chi, that we saw the
Shang-Chi.
portal and it was his
Yeah.
prison cell in the back. So I wonder if we'll maybe get a
Yeah.
little bit of Wong.
He's gonna be an accessory.
yep.
He's gonna,
Yeah, he's definitely going to be. I think he was announced that he's going to be in it. He
He's
was
in one of the trailers.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
I'm-
he was the one who he was fighting Wong in Shang-Chi.
mhm.
in a fixed fight.
And
I was just wondering,
Who was fighting
timeline
Wong?
wise.
The Abomination. Oh, okay.
Abomination.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering timeline wise where
that
She-Hulk
fits.
is fitting
Look at-
with Shang-Chi, and yeah.
Look on Tasha real quick.
Mhm.
Look on Disney Plus because its positioning is strange. I think it's before Hawk. It's before a couple of things that I didn't think it would be before. So I did notice that on the timeline on Disney Plus, but check it out like after this. Like it's in a interesting spot.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
look at that.
Okay. Oh man, Megan, what'd you think about good old Lady Hulk.
I don't know if you guys noticed it, but Mark Lynn Baker, aka Cousin Larry Appleton from Perfect Strangers, was playing her dad.
I did notice that.
Yes, I did the dance of joy.
I did not know who that man was.
Da, 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 da,
Not
da,
until
da.
you mentioned it. That's when I realized who he was. I had no idea. Perfect Strangers was the 80s.
I wanted Balky to kick in the door. That's what I
It's
wanted.
her uncle, her cousin Balky.
Her cousin
Balky.
Balky.
Takamoose.
Damn,
Yeah.
y'all
I love
old.
this show.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Yes.
Calling us old. Like when is this thing over? That's you every week. You gotta go to bed.
I really liked it. I'm really liking Tatiana Maslany as She-Hulk. I like they kind of show her like I want to say almost desperation for a job because she gets fired because she's She-Hulk. It's like, yeah, we don't want this to be a clown show, which I think she has the right to fire for wrongful termination and discrimination because they're firing her for being a She-Hulk, which, you know.
Yeah.
She didn't.
That's episode 5.
So, but I really liked it. I liked how she called Bruce and she's like, so I might have to represent Blonsky, blah, blah, blah. He's like, so you're telling me you're taking the job, right? Congratulations. Like, it was nice that he was just like, yeah, he sent me a haiku. It was really sweet.
Hell yeah, the haikus. Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I liked it a lot. I can't wait to see where it goes. I didn't realize Titania was what they say, like a TikTok star or like a social influencer, and she was in traffic court.
Traffic court.
That I thought was really funny. It's like, so why the hell did she wind up in there?
Her blood sugar got low, according to the ticker at the bottom of the screen. Her blood sugar was low, and that's the reason why she went into this whole thing. And I was like, whatever, man. So. All right, Terrence. I was about to say Terrence. QP, man, go ahead and destroy it, my man. Go ahead.
I like this. I was not looking. I'm gonna say it again. I was not looking forward to the show at all. The only dirty mark on the show is the CGI. It just looks like I mentioned earlier. It looks like, you know, watching Roger Rabbit, getting Roger Rabbit vibes. That's how much she stands out against the real, you know, whatever. The actress, the character, whatever. Like I like her. Like, you know, she's witty. Like I dig all of that. I like the little banter. You know, I like her. Like her stronger scenes is her just like, you know, not being She-Hulk. She's funny. The show's moving forward. The writing's good. Blonsky has some good points about him, you know, going crazy or whatever because of what he took, and it made you like, oh, okay, like he does have a point. And, you know, situations like that, to me, that's a sign of some good writing. Like it was good. Like the show's good. I just hope it keeps it up.
Right.
Like this is like I'm interested. You know, like they have some. I know, you know, a couple months ago, it's like, well, everything doesn't have to be connected, but that's just the way Marvel has been. Like even like those couple of minutes with the Hulk. You know, I think knowing what the remaining OGs are doing, like, is a plus also. Whatever they're doing with the Hulk, hopefully is leading to what we hope it is. But it's been good. Like I have no complaints. Like I actually watched the first episode twice, and I like this one. I really like this episode. This episode was better than the first one to me.
Dig it.
So like, hey, just keep it up. Like again, like, you know, I keep saying this. If you have a good story, like I'm not gonna kill you really for anything else. CGI, it's like I can deal with that. Story sucked. I'd be harping on that even more. Points are being made. You know, you get some perspective on some things, and it's you know, it's just good. It's moving really good. So.
Hell yeah, I agree. I like that. I thought you were going to.
I do have one question. The ship he was on at the end of this episode, was that the same ship that caused the car accident in episode 1?
It was.
It looked like
Whose ship is that?
Well, yeah. See, I'm not like, why would his ship? So, is it his ship or someone
No,
else's?
Mhm.
Okay,
no, it's like a
so
space
No,
Uber.
they said it was
Sakara.
the Sakar.
Sakarian.
right. I get that, but like, if he's in, is that the same ship that caused the
It
accident?
looked like it was. It was the same
Maybe.
style ship.
Yeah, same style
So,
ship.
somebody else is in there
Yeah.
with him.
Or
Yeah,
maybe it just came to pick
Okay.
him up. Maybe something's going
yeah,
down on
space
Sakar.
Uber.
They need him.
Isn't that where his son was
Scar,
born?
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
Is it?
Scar. Yeah.
I thought so.
But they're
Okay.
going to have to go through a whole bunch more
Okay.
stuff though.
See,
Yeah.
if they
That's
do
like
that,
2026.
they're going to skip over the gladiator part and go probably right into the Civil
Yeah.
War when he was leading a rebellion with what was his wife's
Yeah,
name?
what was his? I can't remember what her name
What was
was.
her
I got
name?
She was
the
a
book
badass.
behind me, but I can't think of. I haven't read it in so long.
Come on, it's $1 million question, man. Like, come on,
She was
Hey.
hitting
like,
with the pressure points. She was no joke.
yeah, she was strong. What was it? The
You can hear the
what that
Oracle
was?
typing away.
Oh,
Exactly.
Was it the old
yeah,
strong?
that's exactly what it was.
Or
Yeah, old strong. Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Oh
so
my gosh.
Korea.
Oh.
that sounds
C
right.
A I E R A. Karia.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, I know. It has been a while since I've read that.
We'll go with that. Now we're gonna have to go back and do some more homework. More homework. Oh, a quick little point. There was something posted in the group that was talking about the Thunderbolts lineup. That has to do with this show. The Thunderbolts lineup will be Zemo, Yelena Belova, which is
Florence Pugh.
Black Widow's sister. Yes. Ghost.
That's Ant-Man.
Taskmaster. Yes. She was a great actress. I can't remember her name to save my life right now. Yeah, a little light skin thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Taskmaster.
Hannah John Kemen.
She was on a sci-fi show that I used to watch all the time.
Killjoys.
Her, Taskmaster, U.S. Agent, Titania from Traffic Court, Winter Soldier, and Abomination. Right? And during this episode, he spoke about 7 cellmates or 7 soulmates that he had that he wanted to break out with. And that Thunderbolts lineup, him plus 7, is that lineup. So
this must be further. I don't know. When can this be?
I don't know. I haven't checked the timeline. Yeah. Quincy said the timeline was awkward, but I haven't got a chance to look.
Wait, you said Winter Soldier?
No.
Yeah.
He was in prison?
I thought you said U.S. Agent.
See, like his involvement, like, to me, like, when I saw the lineup, I thought I was hoping it was Shield, some kind of Shield involvement, because like all of them aren't criminals.
Yeah.
No, Winter Soldier's definitely not.
Yeah, he's been exonerated, like pardoned, all
Twice.
that good stuff. So for him to be involved for something that can get him in trouble again, I don't think he would do that. But
was Zemo locked back up, or was he still on the run?
He was locked back up. He was locked back up. Oh, wait! Did he give him back to Wakandan people?
Didn't Endor catch him?
Yeah, I think he gave them. I don't remember. Like, I know they were there and they were looking
this is an Infinity War you're talking
him.
About.
No, this is in Captain Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Captain Winter Soldier, or Falcon and Winter Soldier. Excuse me.
Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So
he might have went back to the raft. Like, I don't know.
Could be. I mean, we have to find out because he said he had these 7 soulmates or cellmates. I can't remember which, because he's Russian and British. I can't understand his whole accent. But we'll see. I thought that was a pretty cool connection. So we'll have to see what else She-Hulk has to give to us. I can't wait. So far, besides the CGI, the show is really, really.
It's their best show
really
so
good.
far.
Yeah. So far, I agree with that. Oh man, sticking to the small screen. Game of Thrones, House of Dragons. Now, wow, I was pissed off last Sunday because I turned on my television at 9:01, and I have the HBO Max app, and it would not let me on my television at all. I could not hit play. I'd hit play, and it would just loop out. It would loop out the whole time. So I grabbed my tablet and watched my tablet because apparently it worked on my tablet. But besides that, the show was amazing. I thought it was pretty good. The lead character, the female, what's her name? Megan?
Princess Renea.
Yeah, the only thing that I didn't like about the show was a little bit of her. The rest of it was cool. But it was, I mean, it's got dragons and fire, and the fact, and I hated watching her family die like that, and her having to be the crematorium that finished off her mom.
Dracarys.
Yes, and her little brother.
Her mother was
It was
murdered.
For the sake of science,
Was she
yes,
murdered?
but yes.
Yes.
They made it pretty clear that she was going to die.
Yeah.
It was either her or the
No,
baby.
they said they were both
and
going
he
to die.
It's either save one or both. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Save one or
They
both.
both were going to die. Yeah.
And you said you can make a
They cut her
it was
open.
save one or both.
Yeah.
They did. They did.
Trying to save one, but
They
they
did.
both were
They did.
stated that they both were not going to make it.
But the history of her stillbirths and her miscarriages, she made it known. She was like, "Listen, I can't do this anymore. This is the fifth or sixth time that she's done it, and the deck was stacked." And it's like, oh man, I knew the outcome before it even happened.
It was rough watching.
It was, I had to turn away at certain points. I was like, man, this is rough, and I felt for him. I mean, I love the jousting scene, and I love that whole made up war joint. And I thought that the Queen That Never Was made a great point. She was like, none of these people have ever seen war before. They just come out here to play war to make themselves feel better. I was like, wow, she's flexing, And her gray lock having husband who didn't want to drink with the white folks. I thought he was a boss. He was just like, listen, I just have to shift power right now, But I can go on for a long time about this show, but man, I'm gonna let you guys run. Overall, to me, amazing. And Quincy, write this down right now. I give it a 9.5 out the gate. Yeah, for real.
But speaking of rings, let's go back. Can we rewind the She-Hulk real quick? Can I get y'all scores for that? Like, I totally fell asleep at the wheel. Go ahead, Lou.
Give me number 9. Give me a good 9 on She-Hulk.
Megan.
Taking a point off for the CGI that the more I think about it, the bad it is, but I still have to defend her. So, yeah.
All right. Megan.
9.
8.5.
Mike.
I'm gonna go 9. I would give a higher to Mr. Trolls, but I'm good with the 9.
Tasha.
8.
That's a 13 in regular times.
I'd be stingy. I'm gonna go 8.5 too. I wanted to give it a 9, but
look at this damn decimal points.
Yeah,
killing me.
All right. So
all right, back to House of Dragons.
Yep.
All right. Who wants to fan
I'll
out
go
next?
first because I think I'm not going to be with everybody else.
More critical. Okay.
I'm not really a Game of Thrones fan. I tried to. It seems like something I should like, but there's just something about it that just does not. It doesn't hook me. So I mean, there was some cool stuff in it. Like I liked the little jousting scene. The violence was nice and visceral. The birth and the death was, it hit you. But it's still like for some reason I still just didn't like it. Like I'm watching this, like I should like this, but I don't know what it is. I know it's just something with me personally, but there's just something about Game of Thrones I just don't like. So I don't really have much to say about it aside from that. It's just Game of Thrones is not something I like.
Oh. Hey, man. Not everybody likes tea.
So I figured we get that out of the way now. The rest of y'all can gush on it and talk about your dragons. And
give me a number.
A number? I'll give it a 6.
Ooh. Okay.
Maybe I'll do an
Jones?
adjustable 6. I'll bring on my inner Kevin Samuels.
Jay, this or Sandman?
Adjustable 6.
Adjustable 6.
It can pretty itself up.
Like a new superhero.
Oh my gosh! Go, man, sit down. Adjustable 6.
That's cool. But this is Sandman, Jay. Which one?
I'll probably do Sandman. At least there was stuff on Sandman.
Yeah, you definitely dig this.
Right. It intrigued me at least a little bit,
All right. Well, I'll roll. I'm a house. I like Game of Thrones, so I enjoyed this. I did. The dragons looked amazing to me. Let's go ahead and talk about that. I really thought the dragons looked amazing. I did. I got no real bad things to say about it. The guy, Doctor Who guy, he was probably my favorite character. I loved him,
Matt Smith.
but he was my favorite.
He was my
He
least
was an
favorite.
asshole, but that's why I loved him. Shit, he was an asshole. He owned it. I don't have any other things I could think that I really saw him because y'all know I didn't watch Doctor Who. Y'all know that.
He was in Morpheus.
And who in what?
Morpheus.
What's that?
The movie Morpheus, MCU.
Morbius, the vampire.
What's it called? Morbius.
I
yeah.
haven't seen that yet.
Oh.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
You said Morbius.
Yeah, I did too. I'm like, there's a Morpheus movie I missed. I'm like, what the hell? That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, what the heck did I trust her?
I'm gonna watch that tonight. Support Lawrence, man.
The young Sam. Lawrence Fishburne. I missed all that, but yeah, no, I loved him. He was my favorite guy. He was my favorite one in the whole flick.
He was also in Terminator Genesis. He was Skynet.
I haven't made it past Terminator 2. So
Genesis was
I trust you.
good.
Again, he's my favorite guy. The little queen, the young daughter, I loved her. She was just the cutest little thing. But got nothing bad to say. Her and the guy with the dreads, those three are my favorite. Those my favorite characters on the whole show.
Yeah. I like the queen that never was. Her husband was
smart. I liked him, and I like how he's been online. Yeah. He's been talking shit. He like, yeah, people can y'all can accept flying dragons, but y'all can't accept a rich old black man. I love him. He's hitting him right in the throat. I'm loving this dude. I am.
Is this show from books or is this all HBO?
Now that I don't know.
It's from the histories, and it's in the book Fire and Blood. Okay. But that's kind of so. The thing with Fire and Blood is it's a story, but it has an unreliable narrator because it's told by the Maesters. It's an unreliable source, but all of the histories are already pretty much mapped out, so you technically know what's going to happen in the stories. I don't know if they're going to change it in any way, but like I kind of know what's going to happen. Like they've mentioned some of these people in Game of Thrones before.
They have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
quick question, Megan, before you roll into what you thought. Is that is it Blood and Stone?
Fire and Blood.
Is that on, Fire and Blood? Is that on audiobook?
Yes, it is.
Do you know? Awesome. I'm gonna download that later. All right, continue, please.
So, as you all know, I am a very large Doctor Who fan. Matt Smith. No. I know, shocking. I have his doctor's sonic screwdriver tattooed on my leg.
I remember that. That.
So I love Matt Smith. It is. Sierra said it. I said it too. But it is so weird to watch him limp dick attempt to fuck a prostitute.
My man was stressed out. Shit. He had a kingdom on his mind. That's a good enough reason.
It was so awkward. And then him getting like inappropriate with his niece, like turn around. It's like, whoa! Like he was just putting a necklace on her, but it was very like domineering and super sexual. And it was just like
I got that vibe.
They were all cousins. Her mom.
Yeah, no, well, but the Targaryens...
You can't stray too far from
everybody
the tree
have white hair,
and keep the hair.
But the Targaryens are known for their incest, which is why, like, Daenerys was cool with her and Jon Snow being auntie and nephew. And she's like, I'm cool with. He's like, I'm not. She's like, we can work this out. And he's like, no, we cannot work this out. You are my aunt. I will no longer be doing you.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's a sticky wicket.
Yeah. I like the dragons. I like how they set up the story. I don't know where. I mean, I know technically where it's gonna go. But I don't know if they're going to follow Fire and Blood. Blood and Fire? Fire and Blood? Fire and Blood, I think it is. So we'll see. But my big thing is no one, like, everyone in the story are awful people. So it's like, I don't know. Like, Game of Thrones, there were a few people you could root for. Everyone is awful.
There were like
And
3.
they all died.
And Jon
Ned
Snow was
Stark.
one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone is awful in this series. So I just don't know, like,
Well, the king,
I don't know
the
who I
king
could root
himself
for.
wasn't awful. He was just the king. He was.
He was in a position he didn't want to be
I don't know
in.
if he didn't want to be the king. He wanted to be the king, but he had some bad shit happen. But he wasn't awful. Now, his brother was awful, but he
I was
owned his
sympathetic.
awful. Matt Smith was the man to me. I'm sorry. Every time he did anything, I was like, this is the highlight.
He was cutting dudes'
And
balls
he did
off.
it when he owned it. God damn it. Come here. I love him.
He's like, they're like, you can't do that. He like comes into the room covered in blood. He's like, you can't do that. And he's like,
No,
watch
he
me.
was already
you know he
sitting
was
in the
stinky
room
as
when
hell,
they
too.
walked in, sitting there like, what?
Like
Yeah,
blood
please
running down
continue,
his
sir.
face.
Yeah, I loved him.
Tell me more about what I can't do.
I loved him. I loved him.
And then he beat the shit out of Hightower's son in front of everyone during the jousting.
Did he lose that fight?
Oh.
He lost the fight, didn't
The
He
the
did.
first
He won
fight
the
he
fight.
won.
Yeah.
So it was the first guy that he was
Yeah.
jousting.
Yes.
It was the son of the Hightower, which is the main advisor.
Well, Matt Smith got a new
He did that on
fan
purpose.
now. I promise you, he earned me with that. I kept looking at him and I kept seeing with the white wig. I kept seeing Dritz from the Forgotten Realm books. I like this dude, his pointy ears. He would work. I could dig him. And he got a fan now. I never would have watched like the Who, but this right here.
This right here?
I'm
running
with it.
with
It is a very different character.
I would imagine. Man, I haven't seen Doctor Who since the old PBS with the damn long scarf in the 80s. I haven't that the Fourth Doctor.
That's Tom Baker.
I haven't.
That's
That
Fourth
was the
Doctor.
last time I even tried to watch Doctor Who. But yeah.
Yeah, it's. Whew. Yeah, I'm still kind of like, clean my eyes. It can't be my Matt Smith. But at the same time, he's an actor and he's doing an amazing job.
He was a highlight.
Mhm.
You watched him, you were like, God damn, this man is fucking
And that's why I didn't
brutal.
like him.
He
because
owned
was
that
brutal.
part.
That's the reason
He
why.
committed to
Yeah.
it.
He owned
He
it.
really did.
And he's like, I hate my wife. I
Yeah,
don't
you go
want to
fuck
see
her.
her.
He was like, yeah.
I ran off with
A prostitute? Yeah,
on the back of the dragon. It's like he just left. He's like, peace, I'm out. I'm not
He
going
was sent
back.
away. He was sitting back to wherever he was supposed to be. Go back to the Vale.
You know he didn't go.
The
You
Reach.
know
he
he
may
didn't
have
go.
stopped.
You know he
I'm
didn't
sure
go back to the
Your
Reach.
king commanded. They got
Bro.
9 dragons. He had 1. He went back somewhere.
For the veil?
Vale.
I don't know.
He had the baddest one.
It was that because he's married to an Aaron, so it's the
Yeah.
veil.
But he out of the 10
But
dragons,
it's
he
still
got the
9 to
baddest
1.
one.
His ass going back to the damn shop.
Yeah.
I'm saying
man,
a 9.
Quincy,
I'm saying a 9.
9. Yes. I found the book, Megan. I found it. I found the book.
Mike,
I
what was
gave
your
one,
number?
but I say 9. Easy 9. And that's Matt Smith. That's all him. That's all, and the little girl. Well, like I said, Matt, the little queen, and the brother. That's all on them.
All right, Q. What do you think, man? Let's.
I do like Game of Thrones. I found the original series depressing at some points. I didn't read the books. This episode was a good start. I like what I saw. I know it was renewed for a season 2 already, and yeah, so it was a good start. I give it an 8. It's just it got a lot of things in motion, but nothing. It was a good episode. Very good episode.
All right, great, Tasha. You've been sitting there patiently waiting.
Nope, that's fine. I didn't watch it.
Oh,
Nope.
okay.
I didn't watch it.
All
I'm not a
right.
game. I'm not a Game of Thrones person.
Yeah, Tosh. Me and
So
Tosh.
it was not on my radar at all. I was just like, mm-mm. I'm not watching. I'm sorry.
You and Tosh are just gonna be like anti Game of Thrones, pro anime, and I dig it because we need a well balanced panel.
Who said
That was just in the 90s. That was just in the 90s.
Oh man, well, good man, good. Well, you know what? Speaking of the hand was actually he was one of my favorite characters, but he kind of weirded me out toward the end whenever he sent his daughter in to talk to the king.
That was weird. I was like, ooh.
Yeah,
I was like, dude,
low.
don't do this.
But
don't do this. Because the thing is that what I was thinking was that he was sending his daughter in there to the king. Maybe she got pregnant and he would actually have a hand.
He was definitely pimping his daughter out.
I was like, dude, don't do this. I like you as a character. You're genuine. And all of a sudden you're trying to pimp your daughter out. And she was smart enough to pop smoke and just like, listen, I'm going to read you a bedtime story, motherfucker. And go night-night. And I was like, all right, great. She got out unscathed right now.
The king just lost his wife too. He won't really in the
quit
mood
shaking your head.
But he did send her in to get done. He
definitely did.
Yeah.
Go make me proud,
I just
girl.
didn't,
He's a lonely old
Go
man.
make me proud. Go in there and handle your business. That's what he was saying.
God.
Give him some of that wop.
Man,
and she a lesbian, ain't it? No. Are her and the little queen?
Is that Westeros?
Westeros.
W and WAP stand for Westeros.
Westeros is a terrible place on earth.
Hey man, listen, you got Westeros, you got Detroit, and you got
shit. I'm going to Detroit. Westeros. I ain't never going to Westeros. You gonna die in Westeros?
Yeah, ain't but 17 shit. Brothers.
Anybody gonna die in Westeros? You ain't got a long life unless you're a Tyrion Lannister. That's the only person that lived.
And when you see them gold cloaks coming, just run like Ricky in Boys in the Hood. Run, Ricky.
That did not help him though.
That's not a good.
Yeah. You do. Ricky could run.
Zigzag. If he was zigzag, he'd have been all right.
Yeah, zigzag.
Like Rickon.
Like Rickon, yeah. Like you got to run a slant, man.
And he's a football player. He should have figured something out. Yeah.
Man was trying to outrun bullets like he was Kryptonian, man. Yeah.
Hey, man. Morris Chestnut was a Superman, man. Yeah, don't do that.
Guts blown out. I always hope he makes it though. Whenever I watch that,
how many times you watch it? Like, come on, man, you about to get that scholarship.
Yeah, didn't expect that one.
Yeah, like maybe they'll miss that time. This time,
I guess y'all missed that one. Okay, we can leave that one alone. I think me and Lou got that. Wait a minute. I didn't say it though.
Oh my gosh! No, that was Meghan.
Thank you.
Yes, being Meghan.
I'll be here all night.
Wow,
all night. Exactly right. Oh man, highly. Great stuff, man. So
she gave a
exactly. Ricky. Yes. So, all right, man. This is our favorite part of the show. We're going to go with the questions from the group questions, and of course, Quincy has some questions he wants to pose to us, which all but one has been known to us, and we have a secret question that we have to answer, so we're going to save that for last. All right, Quincy, what you got queued up, man? What are we working with?
What do we have here? All right. From Dennis. Aside from Conan, what 80s fantasy movie would you like to see revisited now?
Ooh.
So Red Sonja is actually already being revisited. I don't know if you guys know about this. Yeah, Matilda Lutz, Wallace Day, and Robert Sheen from Umbrella Academy are going to be in the new Red Sonja movie, directed by MJ Bassett. So yeah, apparently that's already coming out. I though do not want any of them to be remade. There's like I love those movies, like Red Sonja, Conan, Crawl, Labyrinth, like all that stuff. Like
don't touch Labyrinth. Don't touch Labyrinth.
Like there's like a rawness and grittiness to those movies that cannot be replaced because everything's so shiny and like I don't care how it's done and how gritty you try to make it.
Quincy got the upside down going on in his house right now. Sorry.
Like I do.
Like I don't care how gritty you try to make it. It doesn't have that like dirtiness. I want to say, and like raw, because it just
That real film.
rawness that all those you can't replace it. And every time they try to, I feel like it ruins the franchise. And it like, because they did what's it called already? They did why can't I think about
Come on, English.
It's in the back of my head. Why I could think of the Al Bobo. Pegasus.
Oh, Clash of Titans.
Clash of the Titans, yes. They redid Clash of the Titans. Now, was it as good as the original? No. Was it good?
No, it wasn't. It was trash.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I don't think they need to remake stories like that, because they just haven't been doing it well, and it's just so, I don't know.
I think there's a
like, I even liked Beastmaster the TV show. Like, even that's better than some of the stuff that they're coming out with. So I just leave
that was
those
like pre-Sorbo, right?
Yes. Like, I say leave those franchises alone.
There's like a level of storytelling that current directors don't have that they had back in the day.
Right. And then we're in to retell stories that were already told. And then, it's like the telephone game when you were growing up. You hear, you just further on down in the conversation, you lose something in translation. And that's what's going on.
I don't know if the lack of storytelling. I think it's more of a lack of commitment and respect. It's like they don't really respect either the character, the source material. They make it a little corny. It's like they don't come at it like they're trying to make a serious movie. It's like they don't really commit to it fully. Like, this Conan should have been better than it was, but they try to overdo it too much. I'm gonna give you all this blood and guts, but you forgot the story part. I don't think they respect it enough or know enough to really get it right. But just to answer the question though, I would go with Beastmaster just to answer the question. I don't particularly have one that I would do, but I would go with Beastmaster. I like Dar. I wouldn't mind seeing a new version.
Beastmaster with some CGI animals.
Just you real animals. They use practical.
It's gonna wind up being like the Jungle Book, though, like the live action.
But they're killing
people,
so I can,
Jesus Christ.
Does RoboCop count as a fantasy
count it
movie?
tonight? Didn't they make one though?
That's
sci-fi.
But they made it a RoboCop though, didn't they?
Yeah.
The design was cool, but the story was terrible.
Yeah.
He looked badass.
Yeah.
I
really have.
I'm a fan of Kroll. Like, I wouldn't.
That's on my DVR now. I haven't even
to answer the question. Yeah, I love that movie. I bought that movie on Amazon. But I see Megan's point, and like, but they're going to do it because there are no original ideas in Hollywood anymore. As long as it's the movie isn't smothered in CGI, because I know what you're talking about. They had to rely on like sets and more realistic look.
Special effects.
And sometimes I wish we can get like the Jim Henson puppets back in the movies. Like, I had liked those in the 80s, and it just gave it a better look. But Kroll would be mine. I love that movie.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
Even into the 90s and the 2000s, those Jim Henson puppets were all that. Like Farscape, I love Farscape.
Like, well, look at the Ninja Turtles and then look at the CGI ones. Like, which one do you want to look at for an hour?
They should have Liam Neeson come back and play what's the old guy that in if they do Crawl. They should have him come back, the one that was married to the widow.
Oh, yeah.
If they're gonna do
he was in that.
Do it right.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Damn.
Liam Neeson played one of the prisoners.
He was in it, wasn't he?
Kroll's like a live action video game to me.
Yeah.
That's a video game.
Since the 80s. Like I said, I recorded it recently. It just came on Stars, but I haven't watched it. It's still on my DVR.
I remember the stand-up game at the arcade, man.
What's it called? The glaive, his weapon he used to throw around?
Yeah, the glaive, yeah.
That was awesome, yeah.
We would ask you, Tosh, but you were like negative.
Yeah.
You weren't
I
even
have no answer.
in '95. I mean,
Yeesh.
Yeah, those movies were on the AMC
They
or
were at
whatever by the
TNT when she
time.
was growing up.
Yeah, that's the station that we were on. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna try to translate this. Tim wants to know: Do you think the reason that this year hasn't been movie heavy with releases is because of the VX studio backlogs? Would this be another reason for DC movies to get pushed back again in
I
That's a
don't
2003?
even
good
understand
point.
what
I
he's
don't
trying to
know.
ask.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a deep question, Tim. I know you want to get red, man, but that's
Yes.
a lot of
If
a lot of.
to translate it, like, I don't see.
Well,
It's,
from what I noticed,
I,
the CG studios, the special effects studios, are having a rough time. Like the workers are having a bad time
mhm.
right now. Like they're
Yeah, and one point I wanted to make, we talking about She-Hulk and Game of Thrones. Like Game of Thrones, those effects were pretty good, so it can still be done. I see Marvel is going to create their own VX house, and they should if these people can keep up with the schedules, because like the only that's like a real. I don't even know when this started with their CGI. I really couldn't even tell you when I started noticing when CGI looked
from what I'm.
bad. Like there have been spots. Like remember the Black Panther and
Oh, that was
Killmonger
terrible.
fight and Black Panther? That was
And
bad.
from what I'm hearing, it's because
That was
Marvel is
What
a
bad.
was bad,
terrible
Q?
the
The CGI for the
the
Killmonger
climactic
and
fight.
Black Panther fight. Yeah,
I remember
when
that.
they
That
were on the
was
Yeah,
train, when they were
it was dark
falling,
and
and
odd looking. And,
That didn't bother me too much. The only bad
yeah.
CGI in Black Panther when he was on that car that one time and he flipped over when he
that
took
was one of
control
the
of the
bright
car.
spots.
See,
That
I
was
thought that was, yeah, I thought that
that
was
was
That
I
was
thought
the
that
straight.
only
was
part to
tight.
me that was
Yeah, I
kind
thought
of
that was
lagging.
straight.
Wasn't that? I had no problem with Black Panther. It's still my favorite Marvel MCU movie. MCU.
No, it was just like I don't know how long that
yeah,
fall
that
was. Maybe
5 seconds or
like
whatever.
30
Yeah,
or 60 seconds. Like it stood out
That was
because at that point it wasn't anything we were used to
mm-hmm.
seeing from them. Like I can't think of any. They did Ant-Man with the bugs and everything, and everything looked tight. Like that's the only thing that jumps out. I can't really think of any other moment where I'm like, what am I
Yeah.
looking at here?
Apparently, Marvel's a pretty bad like customer because they're so big
I've
now
Okay.
heard
that
that
they're
too.
like demanding a lot.
Karens.
That's
They're
what they are. Like
Karens.
they're like asking for stuff last minute, like huge changes. Like, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's CGI, so you can just hit a button and change. Like, no, like they actually really have to
Yeah.
do like hours and hours of work to get this done. But
It's like, yeah, they give it the thumbs up all the way through to 75% of it. You're like, oh man, we're almost done. And then the client kicks it back to you. We need all these changes. And it's like a
right,
14-page email.
that's
You're like, oh
exactly
my
what. And it's
gosh.
apparently it's like
And you still got to hit
it's
that
all the
deadline.
time. So that's why the companies can't keep up because Marvel's just like they're
Right.
so big that everybody's bidding to do work for them. So now everybody's price,
Yep.
they're
And then the
pricing to the
lowest bidder.
bottom. So now you're like the lowest possible
Yep.
point in the most possible work. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how their own VFX studio is going to work. Like they're going to have to start paying people money, or
Well, Marvel's going to help the economy,
right.
I guess, and like sound like they're going to need a lot of VX artists to keep up with their schedule because I
Call
Don't
mean,
call me.
J-Pat.
I'm relaxing.
yeah, I mean,
I don't want
besides
that
from the
smoke.
story, which can be, well, it might be change your life
Nah,
type money
they
they might
they
Get
they
offer
ain't
you.
that
paying that
get
kind of
that get
money.
that Thor cake seed money.
You live down here in Atlanta by
They ain't
me.
paying that kind of money.
Yeah. Get that Thor
I know,
cake
right?
seed money, baby.
Ooh,
My friend gets paid
Megan,
pretty
I
well
made
being a
a good
seamstress.
dish. I made up a dish trying to make crab rangoons.
Ooh. Oh yeah, yeah. You said you use
Yeah,
crescent
crescent
dough
dough. So it's like
instead. Yeah, I make something like that for Pepper. I do instead of crab and stuff, I do everything bagel season on the outside and cheddar and jalapeno on the inside, or cheddar and hot chives on the inside.
I'm gonna call them J rangoons
Look
now.
at that.
There you go.
Doom rangoons.
Thorgoons.
Did do
Doom
do
rangoons. Write it
perfect.
down. Write it down. All right, Q. What else you got, man?
I'm going to try to,
Yeah. Filter through all that. Go down.
yeah. Some of these we addressed, Tim, so we're going to move. Okay, so Wait, I'm gonna get Matthews first.
Yeah, do that, please.
Matthew,
Love you, Tim, but damn.
if we give us
Spread it
question
out. You
forms,
know we have multiple
yeah,
podcasts.
yeah, just like formulate them a little better. We 100% appreciate the participation. So, but come back with some questions, sir. Matthew, what are your opinions on DC's handling of their multiverse? I mean, they pretty much set the game with Flash Two Worlds. Correct? I think he's talking
I
about
think he's talking about
comics here.
comics too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So how do you think? Okay. So just the gist. What do you think about how DC? I'm gonna say historically has handled their multiverse.
A lot better than Marvel's.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
they
so.
set they
I
set the
think so.
bar.
Hands down. Yeah.
Yeah. They
Yeah, they
did.
did.
I think DC's they've done very well where it's still stories from when did Crisis on Infinite, that was like
Yeah.
in the mid
Mm-hmm.
80s, right? Like there's still ramifications from that story X amount, almost 30 years later. Some characters like Power Girl and Huntress are from other multiverses that got folded into the main universe. Like I think they've who just said that, Jay?
Yeah.
Like they set the bar for it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there's a crisis almost every couple years, and it's usually about the multiverse. So, like, yeah, uh, Dark Crisis. I think I don't know about Dark Crisis yet, but it's like any other crisis, like a bunch of stuff happening, and you don't know where it's going yet,
Right.
in a good way, not in a bad way. Let's see, Lou. Is this a question for us, or with almost no limit?
Yeah. I
Okay.
just wrote a question. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll get Luz in here. With almost no limits to fully expressing the story, should there be more of an emphasis on animating comic book IPs instead of making them live action? Yes.
They should go the
Yes.
manga
Yeah.
route.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Use their comics as a jump
Manga
off
route.
point
What's that?
for anime or for animated shows.
I
Yep.
think so. I mean, I fully think that they should. Just like I said, with almost no limit to what you can animate, you can make these actual print stories pop
Mm-hmm.
on the screen. DC's done it for years. You know what I mean with the DC animated universe, stupendous stuff. Marvel had
They
like
try.
C plus graded stuff when it comes to animation. Um, I did like that run, that small, just a couple of years that they had when they were using anime artists to do
Yeah.
some of their stuff. The Iron Man, then Black Widow and stuff like that. I love that art style when they used it, and for some reason they went away from it. But the writing of those movies, I could have watched it on mute and read it in subtitled and been happier than listening to the writing on the screen.
My my
Um,
my favorite was Hulk versus.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that when he fought
yeah,
Wolverine? Like that was really good, and it had
yeah,
that strong anime vibes, artist style, and those. I just remembered that that was really good too. Um,
yeah,
and DC, they've it's funny they kind of they set a bar there too with
yeah.
the Batman animated series and
Mm-hmm.
Superman, which I think was just
It
as good
was. It was
as
underrated.
Batman.
Justice League
Yeah,
was too.
yeah,
It
Yeah.
Justice
was.
League and Unlimited, and then their movies. But to Mike, what you were saying, like I Batman anime series gets the accolades and gets the press, but I really feel
Superman was good.
Superman was
It
as
was.
good. It was really good, and it was canceled before they could
It
finish their
was.
story too. But it kind of
Mm-hmm.
continued in Justice League. So, uh, okay. So okay, Lou, we're gonna do this right now. This is for
Hold on, real quick. Before we do, let's talk. I want to say something about Marvel's animation real quick. We
okay.
talk about DC's animation. DC had their own. What they're trying to do in the movies, they didn't. They did in the cartoons. They had one crew, like Andrea Romano was what their voice director. They had a solid staff. Marvel stuff was pimped out
Mm-hmm.
to each studio, and it was spread out. It didn't get a chance to grow. It wasn't that it was bad. It's just it was spread too far.
It
And
wasn't,
it wasn't structured at all.
properly.
It was I'm over here in this studio, and they didn't connect. DC's was all in one house, and they had one pretty much one creative team. What was the Timverse? What did they call it? The it was something
Don't
like
say
that. Though. It was
Timverse.
like whoever the guy was. It was something like that. I can't think of his name. It's so long now. But whoever the head guy was, they had a voice then, and that's where they stayed in that path. And then
It's fun. It's funny to your point. They kind of already had
they
the shared
did. The animated
universe.
series was already shared.
And they've had it. They've done. And you want to know the funny thing is they've done it
Yes.
more than once. So they had like Batman, Superman, that universe. They had a lot of people that came through there. Green Lantern, Fate, Etrigan, a lot of people, and then Young Justice has a great shared universe from beginning to end. Like they've touched like every corner, and even some of the movies. When like one phase was from Flashpoint to Justice League Dark. Like that was, and there were some bad movies in there, but they were all connected. They all started from Flashpoint and ended with the I just said it, Justice League Dark, where everyone died and Flash went back to change everything, and that was the end of that universe. Um, so that's really funny. I didn't really think of that.
Yeah, so like it's like DC
Consider
knows how to
that
do it.
before.
They just
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
do
So
it for the movies.
yeah,
It's weird.
yeah, and
You're
even
not living up to your potential, DC. Come on, guys.
even see the but see they had to Mike's point. I felt like there was like a brain trust that was in charge because
Right.
McDuffie
McDuffie was one of the
was
writers.
heavily involved with and he was working. See now I
McDuffie
can
from
uh
From
yeah and,
Milestone,
and
Dwayne McDuffie.
yeah.
Yeah, they
yeah
brought the
and
Dakota verse in.
They did.
Right, and like I can see it's like two other guys. I think that's what I can see them in my head because they did they
Yeah.
did a like a director's like they talked over one
Bruce
of those
Timm is the guy I'm
episodes.
thinking about. He
And
yeah.
yes,
It was a Tim. Bruce Timm. That was it was with two M's.
yeah,
TIMM. Yeah.
yeah. And the Suicide Squad was in Justice League Unlimited. Well, they didn't call them that. They were by their original name, Task Force S, when they broke into the tower and they stole
I
that
remember that.
armor. They stole that armor, and that was a good episode too. So they've done it. They
If
just
Marvel
got to
can
get
get
it on
everything in
the
one
big
studio,
screen.
they'll be all right. They can tell the same stories. If they gonna keep,
And I think there's so many characters that we all love that haven't been made any, they're still on the pages. Excuse me. And there's so many characters that we want to see done correctly. I mean, just give me, I'm going to say it now, and I'm going to say it over and over again. Give me Blue Marvel. I want to see more of that character. Give me an animated version of Adam Brashear. Be amazing.
I was thinking about that, but why?
Give me a good Nova. Why?
Yeah, I can't think of now. I love Blue Nova, Blue Ever's name Blue Marvel as a character, but I can't think of one solid Blue Marvel story.
Have you read the original?
Yeah, I read the original. Outside of that, what has he done since then?
When he was with the Ultimates.
The Ultimate had the most potential that didn't make it past
the Mighty Avengers.
Mighty Avengers, I give you all that one. That was pretty decent.
And those are his two great runs. I mean, after his mainline series.
The mainline series is interesting, especially with his wife being a spy for like 60 years. I mean, I give you that one. But outside of that.
The thing is that there's so much potential there that's been untapped.
And I give you that too. He's very untapped.
He's like a quote unquote a cult character. That people want to see more of him, and they're begging for it. They're begging for this guy. Rambeau,
Yeah, they were a thing.
They were a thing.
Since Mighty Avengers, actually.
Are they still a thing? I think they still they haven't broken up.
She's got that run coming up in November, so we'll see what happens then. But between him and Nova, I mean, there are a lot of street level characters that are shoot, give me some good Daredevil. You can darken up Daredevil, and that would be an amazing animated show. Power Man, Iron Fist, Shang-Chi.
Somebody said Power Pack earlier. That'd be good.
That'd be great. Fantastic Four. Something. There are a lot of characters that we haven't seen yet that are staples in the Marvel Universe. Then the X-Men ruled the animated, back in the 90s, and people still talk about that.
Spider-Man,
And
like they can make a Spider-Man
they
show.
can make a Spider-Man.
They
But
got-
my whole point is with the unlimited potential of animating something and getting voice actors in there and having all the universes, not Tim with 2 M's, a person like that dropped in there. It would be amazing. I mean, but they need to be able to tap that, and it would be easier to produce. It'd be faster to produce, and it would give everybody something, just drop it on the streaming service. Hell, just put it on Disney Plus for, double that up. But that's what I want. I mean, as much as I like the live action stuff, that stuff keeps getting pushed back, and you don't get the right casting, and you have all these Twitter people going crazy and shit like that. But just give me some animated stuff, period. That's what I want to see, because it'd be faster and it'd give you what you want. It's like kind of like fast food animation.
and as much as we would like things to be live action, some things just might not translate well to that.
That's true.
And need
That's
to stay on animated. Like for me, to your point, Lou, Limitless and everything. Like I don't see DC did Emerald Knights was one of the best cartoons like from both companies the last 20 years to me, and that was like great. And DC is missing the opportunity to get that out there. Like you gotta like to me that would look good as animated. You got thousands of characters that you can use. You don't have to stay with the main, the lanterns that you can almost do that. What's that? Below deck Star Trek type thing. You can go to like lesser lanterns and
the guys with the shitty routes.
Right. You might get a story where you see how lanterns are replaced when one dies. That it's a process when they're picked and all that. Like Green Lantern should have had some property out already from.
That'd be the whole thing. Every single episode, a Green Lantern dies and needs to be replaced.
It happens.
That would be pretty amazing. Write that down.
Green Lantern cartoon was pretty good. The old 12 episodes that lasted was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't really like it that much, but you're right. You're right.
It was in the Timverse.
Yeah, it was. It was.
2 M's.
This is for Bundy. Come on, like we're gonna get him on the show. Like we're sending an invite.
No, it's not Bundy.
No, it was Brian. Brian lost. Bundy Brian.
Yeah.
Who was he? What were you gonna bring him on?
Because he wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like that's the answer. So get back. Yeah, 24 hours to respond, or invitation is rescinded.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully you listen, and if you know him and you hear this, text him. Call
Is
him.
he in the group?
Yeah,
He
is. He changed his name. You might not recognize him. Last time I saw him on the train stop, maybe a month and a half ago. They had a good talk. So yeah, like get back to me or whoever, we'll get you on here. Okay.
For real. Yeah.
Let's get Dennis on here too.
Let's just pump the brakes.
We'll work up. Yeah.
Pump the brakes on. Speaking of Dennis,
Smoke.
Dennis has a question. What super team do you want to see on the big screen? Points for teams that don't need 10 years of prequel movies to set up. I am torn between the Authority and Power Pack.
Oh.
I'll go first. Legion of Superheroes. I've been reading some of their stuff recently, and you wouldn't need to do a whole lot to get them started. That's my pick.
Oh man. Dark Avengers.
R-rated.
Give me that. That'd be really good to see.
Well, what about the Fantastics? But you might need a little bit of prep time for them. The
Fantastics.
Mr. Fantastic's little crew.
Okay. Oh.
It was him.
Forgot about
the
that.
Absorbing Man. Who else? I can't remember who else was in there.
Totally forgot about those cats. That's obscure, but I dig it.
So you're not worried about the box office.
He said, "Fuck numbers."
I
ain't gonna be there by itself.
I'm ready to see Mr. Fantastic in the movie. I mean, Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific.
And live.
You're right.
Yeah, terrific. I thought he was talking about terrific. I was like, he's saying terrific? Okay.
A
What if
Force.
Oh, okay.
They already had like a little hint of it in Endgame when they, all the females kind of
Yeah,
help Peter
I
Parker
like that
out.
scene. People hated that scene. I like that
I
scene.
love that scene.
So A
She
Force.
didn't need a full. She didn't need a fullback, but she got it. Sit down, Jay. Just sit down.
And
Don't-
She-Hulk, She-Hulk is in charge of A Force, or is the leader of A Force. So
That'd be good. That's good.
yeah.
Tasha, wake up. Give me an anime team.
I'm awake. An anime team that won't take 10 years to draw out its story.
Give me Naruto, Luffy.
Oh
Say
god.
Fairy Tail.
What's the redhead chick from Fairy Tale? What's her
Urza?
name?
Yeah.
Urza.
Oh yes, Eartha Scarlet. Yeah. Sorry, it's kind of creepy, but I love Eartha Scarlet.
I mean, and you want to know live action? What's not going to take 10 years? I really don't think any anime should be done live action.
I mean, One Piece
But-
is about to be.
Yeah, I saw that just finished wrapping.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have an answer for you, Q. I'm sorry. Like, I can't find any. I can't think of any show animated that would be translated to live action well. And no,
What's the first
There's
thing
none.
No.
first thing that popped in your head that you talked yourself out of saying?
for live action,
Yes,
Yeah.
because something jumped out, and then you're just choosing not to say it.
Ooh.
no,
Ooh,
nothing,
call your
nothing
bluff.
really jumped out. I'm thinking through everything. I'm like, nope, that's not going to be good. Nope, that's not going to be good either.
So you did think of something.
I was trying to think of
It's a-
what would be good, but nothing. There hasn't been anything live action that I've thought was good, like really
How
top
about
notch
how
yet.
about we make the Cell Saga and then Jay can watch it with you.
Oh, I can't even.
Yeah, but that's gonna take some
Oh,
time.
that's gonna be hard.
We go Rama one half.
No.
We go old school anime.
You're gonna have to
Right,
explain the
yes.
androids. You're gonna have to explain.
Tash, you hurting me tonight.
I'm so sorry.
Slander on BVS,
I
which
did-
is always a
I
fight
did not.
when I hear it,
Fight,
and
fight.
got nothing for me. That's all right. We'll go to the questions I have for admins. Yay!
Oh,
Alright.
let me get one movie.
Oh,
real quick.
I'm sorry. Did we skip? I'm sorry. Bro.
Yeah, the first movie that popped in my head, and I don't think it would take 5 years, but maybe 2 movies, maybe 3 at the most, and you could do the whole thing.
That's 10 years.
Okay, then let's go. No, you can do that in 5. They're wasting too much time. Or 2 movies, then maybe 3. I want damn it, with Speedball and Night Thrasher.
New
I
Warriors.
want to go.
New
Yeah,
Warriors.
let's do 90s New Warriors.
That's
They
a
had a
good
hot
one.
run. They had a hot run for
That's
a while.
good team, man. That
So
was a
they
good
blew up the
team.
school.
Warriors. Yeah.
The
Yo,
New
I
Warriors
love
was hot
the
in
New
the
Warriors.
90s.
Yeah, when they had Rage,
Oh, yeah,
when
with
Rage had
Rage,
joined
yeah,
the
yeah.
team, and
Rage, yeah.
Didn't they do a TV show on ABC or Freeform with New Warriors, but they
Ugh.
scrapped it.
Thank
scrapped
I think they
God.
started it.
Yeah.
Thank God. They ain't need to be on ABC.
No, not when Night Thrasher. He was
not
an
with
ass on a
not with
skateboard.
Night Thrasher. No,
Yeah, he would beat dudes with the trucks of his skateboard, wouldn't he?
he was hanging out with the Punisher. He was shooting people too.
Yes, Night Thrasher was tough. The toughest dude on a skateboard ever. I promise.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I always like Speedball's outfit, man. Looked like a bunch of like gumballs just floating around. I dug Speedball.
Nova, when they first came out, he had the red and yellow.
Yeah, I like the red and yellow.
Yeah.
Didn't he have the jacket? Didn't he have the leather jacket back then? Or was that after?
He had his sleeves. I think he had his yellow jacket. That jacket after. Because I remember
Okay.
Night Thrasher threw him out the window, and then his powers activated in the first episode, his first issue.
What was the other kid? Marvel. What was his name?
What?
He went to
Vance
jail.
Astro?
Yeah, for killing his dad.
He was the same
Yeah.
guy from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes,
in the future.
yes,
And
yeah.
he was an Avenger, Justice. Yeah.
And Firestar. They had a nice little team.
They had
there.
Namorita.
Yes. And they
Oh,
had
yeah.
Darkhawk.
Namor's niece or something like that, right?
Some
Cousin.
Atlantean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his cousin. Yeah. Yup.
Namorita. Sound like a chip.
Because that's what had the Lanterns on Nitro's ass after he blew up that town.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
she was killed, but I think probably But
Who was the
the
giant dude that died in that?
The Black Giant, Black Goliath.
Black Goliath.
Still mad
Black
about
Goliath. That's a great one, Mike.
Savannah was
Yeah.
on his
The only
ass.
death.
Yeah. Okay. That was a good one. That was a good
Admin
one.
questions.
Okay, first one's for Natasha.
Oof, that sounds
Seriously,
weird.
use your
Yeah, I was
government
gonna say that
name.
sounds weird.
What anime show or movie made you such an anime fan?
This one's a little tough. It's tough because I was watching anime before I even knew the term anime. So when I was a kindergartner, my my first introduction was, of course, Sailor Moon, but I didn't know that it was made in Japan. And as I got older, up until maybe 10, 11, whenever Toonami really started to not shine a little more, but just when it was introduced. Between that point, I was watching stuff on Kids WB like Pokemon, Monster Rancher, Yu-Gi-Oh, Beyblade. I was gravitating more those animated type of shows. Still didn't know it was anime. When I learned about the term anime, the first thing I watched was Yu Yu Hakusho or Dragon Ball Z. It was one of the two. I don't remember which, because they were both on Toonami at the same time, but I forget which one I tuned into first. So the answer is, without really knowing, Sailor Moon. Learning about what anime is, like, for the first time, it would be Yu Yu Hakusho or Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna answer that question.
Oh, go ahead, buddy.
Because contrary, I actually I like anime. Yeah, like I said, my kids got anime names, all of them, and middle names. So I'm a fan. I just haven't found that one to get me back into it. Yeah, exactly. And my answer is pretty similar to Tasha's though. I've been into anime before it's called anime. Before it was even called Japanese animation. We can go all the way back as old heads to Superbook and you remember that? Yeah, Superbook and Flying House and Inspector Gadget. All those are anime style cartoons. If you look at them,
yep, Speed Racer and Astro Boy. Had no idea.
Had no idea what it was. What it would eventually become.
Does Voltron count?
Yeah,
Voltron, all that definitely count.
I guess it counts.
I've heard mixed answers for that.
It's two sections between anime and '80s cartoon, but for this we're gonna call it the same.
Line. That would be
but then all of that does it all count because it was all over there and translated in somehow. Hell, you can go Ulysses 33. What's it called? Anyway,
Mike with the crate digging.
I mean, look, man, I've been into it for a long time. I just ain't found one to get me back into it lately. But what really got me on anime in that style, the Japanimation, when it was starting to become a thing, I need a shirt too loose, an anime old head, anime uncle or something. I need that. But I would say when we started renting videos, it was either Fist of the North Star or Ninja Scroll. Those are the two that really got me into that movement. I was already watching those cartoons, but that's what really got me.
I showed my dad.
I used to rent Fist of the North Star all the time.
When I came back from college. When I was coming back from college, I was like, Dad, you gotta watch this. Popped it.
I still want to show my son where he got his name. He still ain't seen it yet. My wife won't show him.
The first time I saw Ninja Scroll, it was like the end of 11th grade, and like no one's really teaching. So I was in, I remember the teacher's name. I'm not going to say his name, but science class. We were in there, and I walked in, and like they, it was sex. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, what are you watching? So like, I'm like 16. I sat down and I was like, and watched it. It was Ninja Scroll is like still one of the most beautiful movies I've seen. Like it was great, and I'm already a fan of that period of time in Japan feudal. Like I'm with all of that. But then I'm kind of like I'm gonna connect Tim's question with Tosh's question. He asked me if I hate anime. I don't hate it. I just have little interest in it. and like I was watching Voltron, I was watching Robotech.
I just ain't found that show to get me back into it. That's all it
Right.
is.
I watched Hunter D on
Oh,
Sci-Fi, the
Vampire
first
Hunter D
one.
was a
Yeah,
joint.
that's my guy. Like
Yes.
my PSN name is Hunter QMP. It comes from that.
Yes.
Like that's where that's from.
Find him and troll him. Find him and troll him.
Block, quit with the quickness. but yeah, I love Hunter. I love Hunter D. I've read the books because of the cartoon, or the anime, excuse me. But like when I see anime I like, I'll watch it. Like I watch Studio Ghibli. That's the anime. Like I love those movies. I can watch those with my kids. I have
Yes.
two girls, and normally, uh, always the lead in those movies are girls. Like empowering, and the difference between those Ghibli movies and Disney movies, typically they don't kill a villain at the end. They usually work it out with the villain at the end. It's totally different from Disney as far as like goals and how to handle situations. uh Ghibli art is just
Mhm.
great, and if you've ever seen any of those movies,
Seen some.
those movies will make you hungry. And
Right.
their food scenes, like their food looks
Mhm.
like the best looking. Like where can I get some
They got anime
animated
style
food?
cookbooks. They
Like,
have anime style
yeah, they
cookbooks.
do.
They
Food
do.
Yeah,
Wars.
yeah. I stand by Ghibli.
Yes.
Spirited Away, Princess
Mononoke.
Mononoke. Like,
Ponyo.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I love those
Yeah.
movies. Like they're soothing to me. So I don't hate it. I'm like whatever. Like I don't really care for the shows or whatever. I guess I'll gravitate more to the movies, and like Ghibli movies.
Did
I'll
you
always
know
give it to
Ninja
you.
Scroll was like a flop in Japan? Like it's only a hit in America.
What?
Was it
It's
really?
not big in Japan.
Do you remember the sequel they sold as the
Yeah,
movie they sold
Yeah.
it
as a
had
sequel
nothing to
had
do with
Yeah.
nothing to do. They got it. They got everybody with that.
They
They
did.
Got him.
got every, and that was a weird one too. What the guy was like? The guy they were trying to kill, Jesus, or like he was like the savior, and like it was. I'm not even going to like go into all the details.
Sounds whack.
Did you ever
It was
watch the
weird.
Samurai 7 or
Uh,
7 Samurai anime?
No,
I did.
Yeah. I got
I
it back
did.
here, the whole box.
Y'all gonna skip over Legend of Overfiend like you already watched that.
No, I'll
It's
talk
okay.
about it. We talk about Legend of Overfiend all day long. Urosuka Doji, we can talk about it right now.
I ain't watch it.
You ain't seen it? Yeah, you have, old man. You've seen that. Tasha, have you seen Urosuka Doji? Have you seen Legend of
I don't
Overfiend?
think
No, I
Tasha's
haven't.
watched any of that kind of deranged stuff we watched in the 90s.
Oh, I
Yes, she
remember
has.
Wicked City.
Yeah.
That's deranged.
Wicked City was
Not like-
deranged, but
yeah,
Legend of Overfiend was
wild.
deranged. Yeah, that's on a whole. I had a guy tap out from that recently. I said, "You ain't never watched no anime." He said, "He was trying to like punk me." I was
They
like,
had
"Well, try watching
they had
this." He came back to work
they
the
had
next
that
day. I
giant
couldn't
penis.
finish that, man. That was.
They had giant
I
penis
can't.
floating
That was
floating
too
through the
much.
city, soaking up people,
Several.
like sucking up people into it.
Like,
People-
it always leads to that. It always leads to
Always to the
the
penis.
pelvic area.
Yeah, it was like
you know,
it was like the
sex
size of a
and
skyscraper,
licking
just
skeet. It was
wiggling
terrible.
through the city.
Oh, jeez.
Have you seen Legend of Overfiend, Lou?
It's been since I was in high school.
But
since
here's the
last
thing:
time I
the
saw it.
edited version was rough. But if you
Woo.
ever can get the unedited
Woo.
Japanese version, goddamn, boy.
All right, writing it down, unedited, so I don't forget it.
If you can ever get that one, I don't know where you're gonna find that rascal, but if you could ever get it,
I had that on VHS somewhere.
like I say, the edited one was one VHS. The unedited one was like 2 or 3. I mean, they cut the shit out of that, and it was still buck wild. And I was way too
Right.
young to be watching
They
that
had
shit.
the Nazi sex machine at the beginning that was trying to to summon
like
demons
Edgar.
into the world.
How old were y'all when y'all were watching
I was
had driver's license.
going into college.
17, 18.
Like I was 17,
transitioning
18,
from
somewhere in
high
that
school
school
to
to college.
People protect
Right.
your youth, man. That's what they be
So
doing
when I was
when you ain't
16,
looking.
17?
All they saw was kids
Right.
watching cartoons.
That's all they knew.
People thinking that it was just a regular cartoon. Oh, that's just a cartoon. Ain't no big deal. Oh no.
All right. So Jay and Mike, you guys. Next question for you guys. What made you such big Conan fans?
Ooh,
The movie,
the Conan was the
the
first
movie,
rated R movie I ever watched. I've been hooked.
the same. And it
Yep.
came out in '82.
Yeah.
Think about that. How old we were? We was
Yep.
7 and 6, or 8
Very
and
first
7.
rated R movie I ever watched.
Yeah, first one I saw, and
I was hooked.
that was it. And it's still probably one of the best
First
ones.
comic
Though,
book I ever got was a Conan comic book.
Yeah, same. First one I ever bet with my own money. I've already been around comics. My friend Ziggy, who's in the group, he had a lot of Teen Titans and Ambush Bug, and he was very big on DC. But the first one I bought with my
That
own
was the
money
first
was
comic
Conan.
book I'd
I think
ever
like
gotten at all
198.
was a Conan comic book.
So y'all were exposed at an
Yeah,
impressionable
it just
age,
stuck.
and it stuck with y'all.
It stuck with me. It's
still
and
good.
it's still, like I say, it's still on my DVD. I
What
watch
is
it like
good
once
in
a week.
life?
What is
What is best in life?
What is best
What
in
is
life?
best in life? Yes, conquer it,
See them
crush your
driven
enemies
before
see them
you.
before you, and hear
The
the
lamentation of
before
their
you.
The
women.
lamentation of their women.
Yes, I love that movie. I mean, yes, that's the first time I ever heard, and the only time I ever heard that word. But shit, I love it.
Lamentation. Yeah.
Lamentation?
You don't hear that using common speech too much.
And
Sword comics.
when he found the sword in the bottom of the tomb and beat the dust off of it. We're talking about the effects when he fought that giant snake. He really wrestled that big old snake. They made that snake. And that wasn't CGI. That was a big ass toy he had to wrestle. No, I love it. It was a movie. It was 100% the movie that got me on it.
The story come out, which was super corny.
Terrible. It really was.
So
it's
Mike,
nostalgia, but it wasn't good.
Wasn't it like
Mike,
PG?
It was.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Mike,
Mike, how did your kids escape not having a Conan name? You said you named them after.
Why did you name one
characters.
Conan?
Yeah, like I hear it in your voice every time you talk about Conan. Like, how did they escape?
I have no idea. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. Who would I have named them? I guess Conan and
Conan
Super
Jones.
Guy. Conan never came up. It never came up.
Shocking.
It
Yeah,
never
Conan
did.
Jones.
Because all of them, the names came from different places, but
Or
and then Conan never came up. I don't know how.
You never named like a cat or a dog or anything Conan?
No, I never did. I now that I think about it,
And
it's
next
a missed
dog I get might
opportunity,
be
but
named
no,
Crom.
nobody ever.
Gonna go back. Yeah, go back and
Yeah.
talk to the wife tonight. Like, is it too late to change the kid's name?
Yeah, he only 19. Shit, just change his name.
Like, how hard would that be to do to change our kid's name?
Yeah,
Like, it
man.
can't be too hard.
Name my daughter Valeria.
Conan Crom Jones.
You know? I love that
Man.
movie. I do. I love that character. And I've
Yeah,
never
hell of a
read one of
name.
the actual Robert E. Howard books. It's only just the movie
Yeah,
and
I've
the
never
Marvel
read a
books
book
I've
either.
ever read.
I heard he was going crazy while he was writing the books, though.
Yeah, I heard Conan used to, in his
Standing
mind,
behind him with
Conan
the
would stand
axe.
behind him. Yeah, while he was writing the book and making
That's
him write the
fucking
books about him.
terrifying.
Yeah, and he was crazy. Robert E. Howard, that's the legend.
All right. We're gonna put Lou on the seat now. Lou, if you were in charge of making the Adam Warlock movie, what would the premise be? What story would you base the movie off of, if any?
Oh, the Infinity Watch would probably be the first one I go to.
It's a home run.
Yeah, or the run that he had with the Guardians, like after Annihilation Conquest. Whenever that team came together, I think those are the top two ones that I would go with because he was the most powerful, and also the deepest story. You know, the Watch had a big job of making sure the stone stayed safe and stuff like that. So those would be the two that I go. I mean, because those are his best stories, in my opinion.
I would, and those are good. I would actually help you with that. I was a big Warlock fan back then, and as you know, like Warlock and Infinity Watch was canceled. I think after not even a lot of issues. So yeah, that's a good one. All right, Megs. She's all warm in her blanket. Okay, so I've known you for a couple years, but I had to ask this question. So, Meg, you seem to be a fan of a lot of different fandoms and genres. What is your favorite?
I don't have one.
Some with old British
You-
people.
Yeah, you know what? That's what's funny is
Bridgerton.
I guess the best way to say it would be like I'm an Anglophile. Like I do. Doctor Who is I would have said Doctor Who, but I really hated Jodie Whittaker's turn as the Doctor, the 13th Doctor, and Chris Chinball was awful. But I love like Death in Paradise, Doctor Who, Friday Night Dinner, Pride and Prejudice, Dairy Girls, Luther. Like I love a lot of British television, and British movies and British books like Terry Pratchett and J.R.R. Tolkien. I still like Harry Potter. I know it's a little it could be controversial, but I still like
It's
Harry
controversial?
Potter. Yeah, there's a whole there's an issue with J.K.
J.K.
Rowling.
Rowling.
What do they
She
call it?
lost her
Turf?
mind a couple years
Turf?
ago.
Turf, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I loved Harry Potter. I love
Yeah.
all the books.
Yes.
And the movies.
So I really love a lot of British literature, again, British shows. So yeah.
So you watch a lot of PBS?
Yes. I watch a lot of PBS. I grew up watching a lot of PBS.
Me too.
So, that's the kind of stuff that I was kind of raised on. And I just, I enjoy a lot of British television and books and movies. So, yeah, I guess the best way to say I'm an Anglophile.
British TV has its own look.
Okay.
Yeah.
It does.
And its own kind of humor,
it's real gray.
or type
All
of suspense.
British TV look
Gray.
grainy as hell
Yes.
all the time.
I don't know. I guess because Great Britain is always raining, like their shows are gray, like they're not too colorful.
But yeah,
but like Bluestone 5-2, which is a show I really like. It's about a bomb disposal team in Afghanistan, and it still has that kind of like look to it, though. Even though they're in, I think they actually filmed it in Spain. I'm not sure where they filmed it, but it's supposed to be Afghanistan. So, but yeah, it all kinds
Luther
of has
was
that
real
look.
good. I like that show.
Love Luther. Oof.
All right. Thank you, Megan. I still don't know what I would get you for your birthday based on your answer, but thank you.
Doctor Who's always good.
Okay.
She has all of it though.
Yeah.
so.
So, I mean, there's the new season starts soon, and they're getting a new. Well, they're about to kill off the latest Doctor, and she's going to regenerate into a man. So his name's Scooty Gatwa,
What?
and it's going. His name Shooty Gatwa. And Russell T Davies is actually going to be the showrunner again. He used to be the showrunner when it first was out, when it first got rebooted. So hopefully it's good again. It's just Chris Chunball just completely rebooted or changed the whole mythology of the Doctor, and it's...
Is the Doctor supposed to be out of regeneration at this point?
Yes, but it's a whole thing. So in Matt Smith's year, the Time Lords gave him more lives. But in Jodie Whittaker's, it turns out the Time Lord isn't actually a Time Lord. The Time Lord is from another dimension, and is called like the
Time
Forgotten
Boss?
Child or something like that. And the Time Lords actually stole time energy from the Doctor and became Time Lords, because it's a whole, like, it completely changed Doctor Who. So the Time Lords were never like good guys, but it made them all these insane villains that tested a child over and over again and kept killing this child until they got the power to become immortal themselves and go through time. It's real messed up. But yeah, but they completely changed.
So there was like a Time Lord's doomsday. They just kept killing them over and over again until they became the perfect beings.
Yeah. Yes.
Interesting.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I stopped watching Doctor Who after whoever everybody's favorite Doctor Who is. That's when I stopped watching it. After him, Yeah.
David Tennant. Everyone loves David Tennant. Matt Smith was directly after David Tennant, and Matt Smith's my favorite. And then Peter Capaldi, and Jodie Whittaker. I know them all. I love them all. Not Jodie Whittaker, but she's. But anyway.
All right. Thank you, Megan and Jay. The next two questions are for our members who have the night off. First one is for Terrence. We've known Terrence a long time. Terrence, you always seem to stay pretty calm, even though I think we've seen him kind of annoyed within the last couple of months. What makes you mad, sir, when it comes to comics or movies? So I think we should have Terrence guest host next week to answer his
Yeah.
question. Come on back and answer your question, sir.
Definitely say this for Terrence. Definitely.
Yeah.
He gets
Robert,
heated though. I've seen him
yeah,
get heated.
but even that's calm compared, like it's calm compared
It's
to other
calm.
people. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's pretty reserved.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh,
He gets real like
exactly.
I'm like, what happened?
no.
Okay. The next one is for Robert, who has the night off as well. Hopefully, he's being safe. Robert's one of the nicest guys that we all know, but he loves Superboy Prime. He's one of the most ruthless. Got to know why you like him, sir. Like, you come on down to next week and explain yourself. We're curious about that. But actually, we have one more from Tim. I missed this one. See if you can. It's for you, Megan. You're special. Um, Megan, have you ever been out Oracle?
I mean, I don't know everything, but I do prep before the podcast, so I have a sheet of all the information that we've discussed that we might be talking about. I
There
have
you
links,
go.
I have articles, I have and I
Google Doc.
yeah, and I do. It's a Google Doc, and I do
Yeah.
extensive
I
research
know you.
on every. I used to I used to make like a who's who guide for different things that we would talk about. So yeah, no, I do extensive research before the podcast so that I have the knowledge to answer questions.
So Megan's
So,
answer, in
but
the
I don't know
words of
everything. So I mean,
No, she hasn't been out Oracle. I'll answer that.
so Megan's
She hasn't.
answer to quote Jay-Z, Google is your friend, bruh. Okay.
Google that shit. But you gotta
Yeah.
do research too. You got. I mean,
Yeah, put in the work.
yeah.
Got to put in the work.
That is it. But there is before we get into freestyle, I just wanted to like address something something that comes up whenever we have a issue. I'm not gonna go into any details, but like on the page, like you are free to express your opinion. Uh but some things I explain to my kids or even other people, speaking your mind does not equate to being rude or offensive. You can do one without doing the other. We've had people leave before where they're saying that, they have to have the same mindset as ours, and like that is just not the truth. Some of our best members are the ones that we have debates with, and I was joking with, jokingly about Dennis. Dennis is one of our better members. We don't always agree. We love Randy. There are not issues, but there are opinions he has on comic book characters I don't agree with, and we all talk about it. Me and Jay a couple years ago, this guy, like whenever I saw him respond to my post, like it was just like I ain't got time for this shit today,
Back
but
before smoke was smoke.
right, like
Shit.
that's
I
how
mean,
we like that's how like and like respect comes out of being able to express yourself without being rude. Like, and that was
shit.
one thing, like, talking to Jay, it's like I know, like, he knows what he's talking about. He's basing this on his opinion. I have a different opinion. Maybe I have proof of my opinion, or maybe he has proof, but we've always been able to discuss
Mm-hmm.
these things. Like Mike, me and him don't like. It's not even serious. We talk about Avengers, X-Men. You guys have heard us. We have difference of opinions on that. Like, love Mike. Mike is my comic brother. Like, we express these opinions peacefully and respectfully. Like, you do not have to agree with this, but you will have to respect your other members. We have family in the on the page. We got some kids. Some people so comfortable with the page that they have their kids in there. I know two kids that are in here, and I know one of them. Uh, my friend Cherie's son is in here, and Kiana recently invited one of
Mm-hmm.
her children.
Yep.
So, and we got a message from Sierra. Her name's come up a couple times to this cast, and like, she was unaware of any issue, but she's been away. But she's expressed that she appreciates this page for being able for people just acting civilized. We don't have these issues on the page because, like, I mean, honestly, this is like the whole genesis of this page. To not have like I don't want to say non-toxic or aggressive or whatever adjective you want to use. People are free to express their opinion, but like, please respect your members. Okay, that's all we ask. You don't have to agree. All right, you
Nah.
don't have to agree.
Nah.
Like, one does not equal the other. You can speak your mind being respectful.
Use
And
your words, damn it.
right. And like, honestly, I was talking to Jay. I did talk to him about the situation on the side, and like, uh, he was one of the people I wanted to talk to because I appreciate Jay as a member, and I know that situation was close to him. I just wanted to make sure that he was good with the situation and explain, like, you know, I said what I said, and it was an understanding there. But please, comic book fans, like, we can be the worst, and I've said that before. Like, we can absolutely be the worst, but not here, not on this page. Uh, I always look at the page. We're not the biggest group, but I want to be one of the most civilized ones. This is like Wakanda when it comes to
That's
comic
it.
book. Like, be civilized here, or like, you don't even know who the admins are until you do something wrong. And we, like, I think I think I can count on one hand how many times people have left or removed. Like, uh I'm
Yeah,
not
it's very
even,
rare.
yeah, I'm not even going to do that. I'm not even removing unless it's something drastic. If you do not want to be here, you can leave. Like, it's all good.
Yeah.
Maybe you
Yeah.
can come back. I don't know. But that's what I want to say. I appreciate the members that are here, the support. Sierra, again, like, she messaged me the other day. She appreciates the page, like, and that comes from the admins and the members and everybody just being civilized and polite. And that's not to say we don't get on each other, because the admins get on each other. We get on our friends that are here, but all that's done with respect and some humor. And that's all I got to say about that. Let's just keep it going. Negative energy, like, just leave it where it is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, because I can't have that in my
Yeah,
space
man,
in this point in
we
my
just
life.
got to
Like, you
think
gotta
critically.
go.
Let's just remember, guys.
Oh
Sit down.
man.
Sit down.
Mike over.
Oh,
Mike
meet
over
me
there
at
sleeping.
46 and
Oh man.
Mike knocked
Yeah, I
out.
ain't sleeping. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to interrupt. I love you too, Q. I wasn't going to interrupt. But I mean, he was on a roll.
That's all.
yeah.
That's all I
I
got
didn't,
to
I didn't
say.
have any jokes prepared for that one.
I agree with Quincy. Megan caught that little jab, and
What Jay said, I caught the jab.
yeah, no, what I said. Meet
Oh,
me
I
at
didn't hear it.
No,
Oh,
that's not.
yeah,
then
that
meet
was
me.
it.
Okay, I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So, but yeah, I couldn't word it better, Quincy. Man, I love it. I agree with you 100%. We had our issue. It's over now. It's just water under the bridge, and we're good to go, man. We lost one, gained four. I'll take that trade all day. So yeah, freestyle time, man. I want to lead this off with something funny. Resident Evil 2 has officially been Resident Evil TV show has officially been canceled on Netflix, so we can all applaud that shit. You know,
30 minutes is all I
Not
gave it,
surprised.
man. I want it back. I want my 30 minutes back because it was
I
terrible.
want to be
Re-
paid. It was
reclaiming my
bad.
I
time.
didn't even watch it
Reclaiming
based
my
on y'all.
time.
Badass
I didn't
kids.
even turn it on.
That's it.
I saw an IG
Hey,
post
Auntie Maxine.
a minute ago. They said this show is so bad it made those other movies more accurate to the games than they ever were. And those movies weren't they
Even
weren't
close.
past the second one, maybe the third one. Like, they weren't good. I don't understand how you
Yeah.
get to keep getting this wrong. I don't get
It's
it.
not that hard. It's a zombie
Yep.
flick. Like,
Yep.
come on.
I'm tired of it. Give me some more vampires in
Just
LA,
use the
man.
story from the game.
That's that exactly.
Maybe Konami's not wanting to get up off of it. Is it Konami?
Capcom. Yeah.
Capcom.
Like have
Capcom.
get one of your developers or a fan, sit them like you buy them lunch or whatever, have them play the game, have writers 2 or 3 sitting around them with a notepad and like make the movie right there. Like just
There you
do
go.
it that way. Like it ain't hard. Like y'all have this stuff. I got the game somewhere.
You got the tools.
Like if you don't
So-
have it physically, you can download these games from the
Quincy said,
PSN.
if you ain't got it, come to me. We'll play it right here.
Like, come on, man. Who gonna be mad you copied? Oh, you made a Resident Evil movie just like the movie, just like the game. Nobody wants to see that shit. Like, nobody's gonna say that.
I think the problem is the showrunners think they're better than the writers for the video games. Like they think they could do better. Like, okay, we're just going to make this better.
We can make it better.
Like, it's like, do you know why you're in a position to write a movie about a video game? Because the games were good, and they, they made this whole franchise. Just copy it. Nobody gives a shit.
That's all I have for freestyle, man. That's all I want to throw out there. Anybody else got anything to put in the universe?
I've been watching a TV show on Peacock called The Resort. It's like a comedy thriller mystery thing.
Is it British?
No.
Okay.
It's starring Christine Milioti and Jackson Harper. He was Chidi on Good Place, and she was the mother on How I Met Your Mother. Yeah, they go to a resort. They're having bad time with their marriage, and she finds an old razor phone, and a mystery ensues. It's really interesting.
Okay.
Motorola razor phone?
Yes, a Motorola razor. And she gets obsessed with this Motorola razor. So she gets
T9.
She gets another phone and puts in the GSA or whatever the chip, so she can look at the person's phone information. And it turns out that guy disappeared 15 years earlier.
I got another question, Miss Parker. Were you in the store when the razor came out?
Yes, I was.
Oh my God, it was so ridiculous. People were killing each other for that phone. Jesus.
They went nuts. They went nuts, especially when they had the pink Motorola razor.
Oh my God! Like apparently
the girls need to have it.
It made the service better. Apparently, if it was pink, I need the pink one.
I can't hear on the silver one. I need the pink one.
Phone was a piece of trash, man.
It was bad, and everyone broke it. Everyone just.
No, listen. Like we, Razor, Verizon, Vietnam, Vets, that whole it was ridiculous. The hype for that phone.
Give me my LG 8100 any
day. That was the best phone at that time. That was like LG 8100. Look at what the Verizon employees had. Everyone had an 8100 or. I had the VX. That was my phone. You couldn't tell me.
Was that the one with the solid antenna?
The keyboard. Like it was like a candy board. Like people would be talking about like, hold on, typing a text message. Like flip it down.
That phone weighed 1.5 pounds. I loved it. I had one.
I had extended battery on mine, so I could kill somebody if I get a headshot with it. Yeah.
All kind of radiation in your pocket.
Yeah, that was my phone, boy. Jeez.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that one. I think I still have that one somewhere.
But yeah, they had an old school phone, and a whole mystery ensues. Nick Offerman's in it. Ben Sinclair is in it. Nina Bloominggarden, Skylar Gisano from the Santa Clarita Diet. So yeah, a lot of people. It's really funny. I like it. I think I highly recommend it.
All right.
It's right now. So right now it's streaming on Peacock, but the first 7 episodes, the finale airs September 1st, which is next Thursday. But Wednesday it started airing on NBC. I think Wednesday nights it's airing on NBC now, so you can watch it there.
Okay. All right. Any more Universal information to toss out there?
In case you missed it, watch Tash's bonus anime show.
Oh yes, definitely listen to her bonus animation,
And
her bonus anime episode. If you haven't checked it out yet.
full disclosure, I didn't know what she's talking about. I don't watch
I
anime.
did. Jujutsu
But
Kaisen season
she
6 of My Hero. Hell
she
yeah!
was very clear and concise. Has a very good voice for the whole thing. So
And Psychopass is definitely underrated, but the joint is hot. I loved it.
She
It's
sounded like a
good.
school teacher.
Yeah, with the gun that kind of expanded to just
Oh, the Dominator. Yeah, it's a really
that was
good
my
gun.
joint. So, but yeah, man, great. Yeah, check out her episode, and man, we really enjoyed spending time with you guys tonight. We loved all the questions. We look forward to it. And man, it's been a great time. Been a great time. Thank you for listening, panel. Thank you for showing up. Might get some sleep. But man, we're gonna put a nice little pretty bow on this one, and no more critical thinking involved for the night, J-Pat. So put that back.
So switch rosters.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
so
Musical chairs.
He moved his chair.
No, you're on my screen.
Oh,
No,
the
he
screen.
moved for me too. Yeah,
Like what the hell? Damn.
Yeah. Megan took a hit, so she came back.
That's some magical stuff.
Man, so yeah, from the entire Multiverse Unlimited podcast crew, let me first off say, Rob, get back home safe. Terrence, see you next week. Cosmic Lou, QP the Source, Ultra Doom, J-Pat himself, the cranky old man, Meghan the Oracle, Tasha, the Anime Queen, and Mike Jones, Mr. Mutant himself. Quincy, what you got to say?
I got one more question for Mike Jones. Did you notice this episode was 2.5 hours?
That's why he's falling asleep.
You see my eyes?
Okay. He's been quiet. He say nothing about the clock. Okay.
This right here is Jesus juice right now.
Isn't that what Michael Jackson used to call that wine Coke thing he made for people?
Yeah, it is. But this is to keep me alive, awake right now.
We didn't mean it for it to last this long, but we are happy that it did.
Hell, since we had one question, just for y'all people up north, RetroCon. Have any of y'all been to RetroCon? I'm thinking about driving there.
Yeah,
it's somewhere in Pennsylvania.
I've heard of it. I haven't
I'm from
gone.
Pittsburgh. I'll meet you there.
And I want to know what it's about. I'm a big '80s toys fan, and that's kind of place I want to
Pittsburgh
be.
has a good con for toys, like a couple times a year. The Steel City Con.
Yeah, I know RetroCon. Yeah, I'm sorry. I do know. Yeah, I do know that. They got like almost the multicolored like logo on.
You're right.
Yeah, I know them.
Oh, it's in Philly.
Never been to one.
All right.
Yeah.
It's in Philly.
Their logo has like a
road trip
sword.
Maybe next summer.
Yeah. That's
them.
I'm following their page. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe next summer. I ain't gonna make it this summer, but maybe next summer I might be that way.
Yeah, we'll both hit your ride up there, man.
Hey, I'm ready. Next year it's going. I'm going. Like I said, I told my wife we traveling. I'm drinking drinks with my pinky in there. I'm tripping next summer. I'm tired of not traveling. I'm traveling next summer. So
I can dig it.
Umbrella Academy got renewed for a fourth and final season.
Oh, good for them.
I ain't even started yet, Jay, so I don't know. I ain't watched the first episode.
Oh my gosh.
Total disgust.
Right?
Like, why aren't you dead yet?
Jesus.
I ain't read the book, none of that.
Jesus juice.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah, me too.
All right, again, from the top, man, Cosmic Lou, QP the Source, still angry old man, Ultra Doom J-Pat, Meghan the Oracle, Tasha, our anime queen, and Mr. Mutant himself, Mike Jones. We're signing off. So until next time, please remember, be kind to all people you meet because you have zero idea what they're going through.
Avita Zay.
Until next week, people. We're out.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Peace.